Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to another magazine reading. It's been a long time on this channel, at least.
Yeah. So we're live now, yeah. So
we are live.
I just want to warn everybody that I'm a little bit hopped up on caffeine today. I had 3 coffees today, so if I seem a little bit less stoic than usual, I like to think of myself as like the Pat Summerall of YouTube gamers, but maybe today not so much. I don't know. Maybe
Well, I think after our
Madden.
stream last night, if you don't have any strong opinions about an 8:7 aspect
8:7.
ratio.
Oh yeah, they were like that came over into my Discord. It was like, oh my god, Marc's going off about 8:7 aspect ratios, and I was like, I don't even know what that. Somebody had to explain it to me.
Just to warn everybody, I'm speaking with a little bit of a lisp because I bit my tongue really, really bad earlier today, and it's affecting the way that I speak. It's not like the front of my tongue either. It's kind of like towards the back, so it's kind of obnoxious. But here I have 2 magazines. As you know, I did not get around to opening mine last month.
How come it's so dark?
It shouldn't be dark. What do you mean?
It's pretty dark. I don't know. It just seems like you don't have any lights on the table or something.
I totally do. If everyone thinks it's too dark, I can bring it way up. It looks good to me, though, here.
Well, it's your show.
Also, I'm using my newer table, and this table is kind of high, and it's hard for me to sit, so I was just like, I'm just going to stand. I'm going to stand and do this whole thing.
I feel like when people stand, they're more energetic.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll rub off on me. I don't have a standing desk, like a work desk, but this is kind of a good way to make up for that, I guess.
Yeah.
So I have 2 issues of the magazine. I did not get around to opening one and doing a read-through last month. So what I decided to do is we would open them both on this stream, and then we can pick which one we want to read. I think that's kind of a good approach. Or we could say we can open the first one, and we can decide, is that worth reading, or do we want to see what's behind door number 2?
Oh, yeah, like Gong Show style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Because then you have the option of keeping the other one, because then you could do the same thing next month, because then next month you'll still have 2 unopened ones.
Hang on one second. I got to turn on the kid monitor because they're yelling up there.
Goodness.
All right, so then that's what we'll do. We'll do this first one, and then we'll see.
Yeah, do you see Frank's in the chat saying, we genuinely do these blind, so I have no idea what I sent. Since I know you secretly think that he's like behind the scenes actually picking a good magazine for you, even though I keep trying to tell you that he's not doing that.
I mean,
like Frank's got nothing better to do than make sure you're happy.
I was kind of surprised that he sent a bonus issue to me this month, which I did open, and I thought maybe we could do that too. Which is, he, much like you in your stereo magazine.
Oh yes, which I appreciate.
He knows me pretty well.
Yeah,
and he sent me one of my favorites, which is Highlights High Five magazine.
Oh man, I used to read that, Highlights for Children.
So I think we'll read Highlights High Five from May 2021.
Yeah. Hey Frank, if you're sending out kids magazines, I was a huge Ranger Rick fan when I was a kid, and Zoo Books as well. So.
All right, so we're gonna do this one first. It's pretty thick. I mean, it's jammed in there.
Like you think like EGM December '94 thick?
It feels like it could possibly be that. I mean, it's definitely EGM thick.
Okay.
It's phone book thick.
Wow. Like small town home book.
Yeah. All right. So I'm not gonna look.
All right. Well, it says the biggest and best video game mag.
So it's got to be EGM, probably.
Well, Nintendo's Virtual Boy is one of the cover stories. I'm already sold. Ooh. I don't know. That's a pretty good one.
So this is EGM from January 95. This is number 66.
Yeah, well, he got
Instinct.
Samurai Showdown 2 there. Oh, Home Improvement. I mean, that's one of the hidden gems of I don't even know what system that's for. What is that? Super Nintendo, probably. Mega Man 7, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Pitfall CD. Of course, Killer Instinct, although I'm not really too knowledgeable about Killer Instinct, so I don't have an opinion one way or the other on that one. Oh yeah, like Frank said, I was 1 month off of the December 94 prediction.
So, I mean, December 94, is that the thickest issue of EGM that ever came out? Probably. That's the one with like Sonic.
I can't
Sonic.
say for sure. It's the thickest one I can think of.
Is it like Sonic? What's on the cover? Like Sonic CD or something like that? Or Sonic 3?
I thought like X-Men or something.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. It is an X-Men one. So,
right, well, I mean, probably my vote doesn't count for anything, nor should it. But I would be perfectly happy checking this one out.
Okay.
But I mean,
what does the chat say? Do you think we should see what's behind door number 2?
Folks at home there. Like, I mean, what could you tell us about door number 2? Like how
it's not as thick.
Not as thick. All right. So maybe like a Nintendo Power or something.
Yeah, it does not feel like it has a spine like this though.
Yeah, but so are we doing this like true Gong Show style, where if we choose door number 2, door number 1 is just like no longer available?
Yeah.
See, I think that's a bad.
You think that's a bad
move? That would be a bad choice, in my opinion, because I would hate to.
I mean, this one is significantly less thick.
Yeah. Oh man, you got a lot of people in the chat saying door number 2. In fact, is anybody saying door number 1 at all?
Mark Harmon says open the other one with a $2 donation. Should we do it? We ready to see what's beyond? I mean, this one's gonna take us to like probably 4 a.m.
Right.
the way that we read these things. This one, I don't know. It's hard to say. But you know what? If this one is really thin and we get through it, then we'll kind of go through this one a little bit.
All right.
So door number 2.
I mean, I feel like most people in the chat are. Frank says, "Open it so I can go home."
Okay, I'm gonna see what's behind. We're gonna do it. A lot of people are saying number 1 now, though. Maybe it's high 5 from
Here, how about this? Slide it out a little bit so that I can see it, and don't look, and I'll tell you if you should just put it back in. Ooh. I think this is a lot newer, I think.
A lot newer?
Yeah.
What's the chat
I can already tell I'm not excited about this one.
You're not excited?
Not as well. This only because this is after sort of the period of time where I care. But yeah, just slide it out the rest of the way. You're going to drive everybody in the chat nuts.
What's the chat saying right now? I'm not looking.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to read that one, but I do love that magazine. Someone says,
is it something different than we've done?
Someone named Corpse 413 says put it back. Someone else said, yeah, everybody, pretty much most people are saying put it back. So
interesting. You know, I don't have a single issue of Next Generation magazine.
Well, because you're really not a man of taste and high class. I mean, that's,
Well, I mean, this is
I like Next Generation, but that one's a little too new for me.
Yeah, well, Dino Crisis. So I mean, we got some PS1 stuff.
Yeah, but like it's PS2 they're talking about, and I just don't care.
Everyone's saying EGM instead. Okay, we'll do EGM and then we'll flip through this one.
All right.
After. See, some people are saying let's do the next generation. I feel like that might be interesting, but next generation has a lot more reading in it, probably.
That's very true. That might not be as good for YouTube video read through.
All right. Well, I might have to tilt this a little bit so I can get it closer to me. Hang on. I can zoom in a little bit too now. All right. Here we go. January 95.
Where were you in January of 95?
Where was I in January 95?
When you were in high school or something?
Yeah. I mean, I would have been in 11th grade, I guess. Yeah, 11th grade.
Yeah, that's what I said.
All right. Starting off strong with the 32X. Man. The most iconic game system add-on of all time, I guess.
Well, I mean, there's a small group of, things that comes from, but yeah, I can't remember the last time I played my 32X.
Yeah, I mean, I keep mine on my system, but I never use it. It's more of a pain in the butt than anything else, I think. Because you can't...
Well, I mean, I can't remember like the last time I actually played my actual Genesis instead of just... No, I just mean instead of using the Mega SG or Mister,
Well, I turned on my system yesterday. So we had some friends over that we've been trying to hang out with for a while. That their kids are exactly the same age as our kids, and they're in the same class. But we've always wanted to hang out with them, but we never had a chance, and then everything happened with the pandemic, and now everyone's vaccinated. So we had him over for the first time, and he came down to the basement, and he was just like, could not believe what he was seeing.
Yeah. He doesn't know that you're like secretly this huge...
Well, he knew certain things, but I think seeing this in person, he was like, oh my God. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? What is this? What was this show? Is it Babylon 5 or something?
I don't know.
That
That makes me wish
watch it.
Smoke Monster's been on a huge Babylon 5 binge lately. Yeah.
I never watched it. I just remember seeing it in a lot of places.
Me either. It was like, I think it was the same people that originally that distributed Time Tracks and Kung Fu the Legend Continues, and I love both of those shows, but for some reason I never even gave Babylon 5 a look. I don't know why. What's that sound? You hear that?
What sound?
It's like a low frequency buzzing or something.
Is there actually a low frequency buzzing? Are people hearing it in the chat?
For all I know, it's on my end.
I mean, it very well could be. I mean, this line goes along the...
Yeah. Zane's dad says PTEN. Exactly. That was the distributor.
Maybe there's something in there, but I mean, if no one else is hearing it, then I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, it very well could be whatever power supply I'm using or something with it.
Yeah, I mean, people in the chat are saying they don't hear it, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Nintendo stumbles with a Virtual Boy. Virtual Boy introduction, I guess. I mean, I've never really played a Virtual Boy, I'll be honest.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Maybe in like a store demo, but I have not spent any significant amount of time with it.
I wonder if that's the Shoshinkai show where they made like Gunpei Yokoi like go sit in the corner with the Virtual Boy like to punish him or whatever. If you ever read that story, it kind of pisses me off a little bit, but
yeah, well, I mean, the idea was ahead of its time, I guess.
I've owned a couple of Virtual Boys in my life. The first time I ever played one was at KB Toy Store.
Oh, really?
I guess around this time they had like a demo unit set up. But then like I got one, I don't know, 7 or 8 years later, like early 2000s, and then I sold it, and then I found one at a thrift store and kind of kept that for a while, and then traded it away. So I haven't owned a Virtual Boy in like 15 years.
If you saw one, would you get one? Would you get it again for the right price?
Sure. I mean, if I saw one at like a retro gaming convention for like $200, then no. But because to me, it's like, I'm probably not going to play it. So it's the only thing it would really be for is like, putting it on a shelf or something to look at it or whatever. And I don't really I'm kind of out of room to own things for like that reason. So, but if you found one for the right price, like how can you say no,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would probably do it for the right price too, but I have just no real interest in.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, lay down. You should lay down and use it." I think that's how Try always used it. Is he would just like lay down.
Like if nobody has ever done this, somebody should like make some kind of like helmet or something that it attaches to.
Yeah, or you can just you can mod it and just play it that way now.
Yeah, because for me the problem was like having it set up on a table and then like having to lean forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, like, your neck or upper back starts to kind of, get tired.
And when you're our age, it becomes even more impossible. You get for a chiropractor visit after that. Every time you play it,
those guys are snake oil salesmen.
Anyway, I've never been, but my wife really swears by them.
No, I'm just kidding. I know people that love going to the chiropractor, so I'm sure there's something to it. But yeah. Anyway, so what do you think about Monster Truck Wars over here?
I've never even heard of it until just now. I wonder if did it definitely come out? I mean, there was a Game Boy version too.
Cross-platform Game Boy and Game Gear.
I mean, it is really impressive that there are still like new Game Boy games coming out at this point.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it though? I mean, the Game Boy at this point was like 5.5 years old.
That's true. I mean, I guess it was younger than the PlayStation 4 is now.
The Game Boy Color was still a few years away, wasn't it?
Yeah. 97 or 98 it came out, I think.
I don't even know. I don't know. I can only see like a little tiny screenshot there, but it almost seems like it plays like RC Pro-Am or something.
Yeah, you can't really even tell anything from the screenshots, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's only one actual gameplay screenshot. Well, I guess the Game Gear screenshot looks like just a bunch of colors. You can't even tell what's going on.
Somebody in the chat says that somebody made a Virtual Boy emulator for the Oculus Quest.
Oh, that's great.
That'd be pretty cool.
There was also a $2 donation from Ben Brody. It says $2, but you have to say it like Barry from RE1. Blood. What is this? Blood. I hope that's not Chris's blood.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. So here we are with the 3DO. It's funny because it's definitely playing up Road Rash here, but it doesn't even say Road Rash anywhere in this. Oh, actually, you do. It does.
Yeah.
Pop in one of a dozen 3DO titles like Road Rash. Whoa, what's this? Suddenly, you're on a high-tech motorcycle. And right here, they got to throw it in there, coming this November for 3DO. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is like the first home version of Turbo. Super Turbo, right?
Is it?
It's at least that I know of.
All right, I don't know.
The old... I had a friend who bought one at launch, and he nicknamed it the 3-Do. More like the 3 Don't.
Only took Coury 25 years to think that one up. You should go track him down and just call him, and he's gonna be like, "Hello," and then you should just say more like the 3 Don't, and then just click.
Yeah. We'll just skip over the table of contents, except for the Michael Andretti's IndyCar Challenge. I mean, as someone
looks like
who
another Mode
followed,
7
you
racer to
followed
me.
F1 a lot, right?
Who,
So,
me?
I mean, was Michael Andretti like the F1 racer?
Oh, no, not at all. But Michael Andretti's Mario Andretti's kid,
Mm.
and I believe so. I think it was the 93 season. He went and he raced for like one of the top F1 teams for like a half a year, and he did so poorly that they dropped him. But I don't. I mean, I could go into a whole long story about it. I'm not going to, but I don't think it really is a reflection of how good of a driver he is. It was just like, he didn't have any experience driving IndyCar or driving F1 cars and whatnot. But he was more known for driving Indy cars, just like his father did after his father won an F1 World Championship. So that's why this is Michael Andretti's IndyCar Challenge. So
What's he
this would
doing
have been
now?
after
Do you
the
know what he's
F1
doing
thing
now?
didn't work out. What's that?
What's he doing now?
Oh,
Or is he still-
so Andretti, there's like Andretti Autosport that is one of the teams in IndyCar. So if you can put up with a semi short story, a few years ago, one of my best friends, Don, and I went to there's a racetrack not far from here where they used to run an IndyCar race every year. And my friend Don and I went, and we paid for like the all access package. Like, it's funny, like just to go to a F1 race is like probably minimum of $500. And if good seats, you're going to pay like well over 1,000, maybe 2,000.
Wow.
But like IndyCar is like the exact opposite. Like when we went, it was $100 per ticket for like the best seat you could have, and like basically a badge to put around your neck where you could literally go anywhere you wanted. Like you could go into the garages, you could go into the pits, you could go onto the starting grid. And so we had that. And so the whole time we're on our way to the race, Don won't shut up about like, I want to meet Michael Andretti. I want to meet Michael Andretti. And so I'm like, okay, we'll meet friggin' Michael Andretti, or whatever. Because we had these all access passes,
Yeah.
right? So like, how hard could that be, right? And I could swear I've told this story before, but so most of the day has kind of gone. You get there, there's like support races and all this other stuff. Like if for anybody that doesn't know, like if you go to an auto race like that, something like the IndyCar race is just like the main event. It's like going to a boxing match. You have like the undercard stuff and then like the main event, and going to like a race like this or a F1 race is the same thing. So, so it's like right before the race so that all the cars are out on the starting grid. And then because of our passes, we could go walk around the starting grid until they told us to scram. And Michael Andretti was like running one of the 4 cars, like he was like the race engineer or whatever you want to call it for one of the 4 Andretti cars. And so like he's out on the starting grid talking to like the engineers of the other 3 cars, like planning strategy or whatever. And like, so Don sees them and he's like, oh, it's Michael Andretti. And so he's like, okay, we have to go like kind of mill around next to where they all are so that as soon as that meeting breaks up, Don can get in there. Yeah. And so like me and Don are standing there, and standing like right next to us, like, ostensibly also waiting for the meeting to break up is there's this black guy who, and I say his race for a reason, but so he's just like this, he's just a black guy, but he's just wearing like a white t-shirt and, blue jeans and sneakers. Right. And I just kind of looked at him, and like, I thought in my mind, I'm like, that guy looks kind of familiar, but I thought he looked familiar because he looked like somebody I knew. Like I knew I didn't know him, but I'm saying he looks like, he could be the brother of this friend of mine. Right. And I didn't really think anything else about it, because I'm just saying he didn't look like anything special. He just looked like some regular guy that came out to the track to see the race, And so the meeting breaks up. Don gets in there. He gets to meet Michael Andretti and, say whatever he's going to say to him or whatever, And then we go take our seats. Well, actually, we didn't take our seats. We went and hung out in the pits and watched the race from there until like somebody kicked us out. No, it wasn't Willie T. Ribs, but that's a good guess. That's a very good guess, but no. So anyway, the race is over. We go home, and like the next day, I'm on like racer.com because they had somebody put up, one of their photojournalists had put up a bunch of pictures of just the race, and there was this one picture that you could tell it was like, I think Don's shoulder was even in the picture, because it was like there was a photographer there while we were waiting to meet Michael Andretti, and but it's a picture of quote unquote the black guy meeting Michael Andretti, and the caption was Ludacris hanging out on the starting grid with Michael Andretti. And as soon as I saw that, it was like, damn it, that's why you looked familiar.
Was he prepping for Fast and the Furious? Maybe.
I don't know. I've never seen any of those movies, or maybe he's just a racing fan. But I just thought it was. I mean, if I had recognized him, I wouldn't have said anything to him anyway, because I don't like to bother famous people. But I just thought it was funny. It was just like the whole time I'm like, oh, that guy looks like my friend Ryan, but actually it was Ludacris. So.
And now it's not even a Michael Andretti story; it's a Ludacris story.
Well, see, that's how I get you: is you think it's a Michael Andretti story, and then boom, turns into a Ludacris story.
All right, Skeleton Warriors.
Sorry, that was not even close to a short story. I'm not capable of telling a short story, is what I've discovered. But
I'm skipping over all the.
Wasn't there a Saturn game called Skeleton Warriors, or am I thinking?
I feel like there was. Yeah, was it maybe it's a TV show too? I guess it was.
Maybe not. Might not be
Prince
related to that.
Lightstar and Dagger.
Hey, some guy in the chat sat behind Danny Pintaro at a Debbie Gibson concert once.
Danny Pintaro, who?
The kid Jonathan from Who's the Boss.
Oh,
come on, man.
Hey, Jonathan. All right. I bought a game called Dark Wizard, and as soon as I got home, I tore into the wrapper, opened the case, and eventually put the CD in its place. And here we go. Press start. Would you look at that? A picture. You get to be one of 4 characters. I think it's just going to talk about how it's just a grid, like a hexagon grid game.
Which letter are you reading? I don't know.
The letter of the month over here.
Oh.
Just like describing his entire, or her entire experience playing Dark Wizard.
Man, one time my mom called me on the phone. Like, I already lived up here and she still lives in my hometown. She calls me on the phone, and she's not even someone that goes thrift shopping. This was 15 years ago, but for some reason she was at a thrift store and she calls me and she's like, oh, I found there are these video games on them that say Sega CD or whatever in these big blue cases. And I was like, oh yeah, what do they got? And one of them was Dark Wizard. And I was like, oh yeah, grab that one. And then so she did. And then next time I saw her, she gave it to me and had some baseball game or something in the case.
I mean, Dark Wizard's kind of a expensive game now. For a long time, they were just giving it away with things.
Yeah. Even then it was, but it was kind of this was at a time, it was long enough ago that, I feel like now you'd be like, well, it still has value because it's the case and the instructions. But back then it would just be kind of whatever, I didn't throw it out or anything, but I think I probably, traded it to somebody for something super cheap.
Since this thing is so thick, I think unless we get really into something, it's going to take us all night to go through this whole thing. So
all right, well, go faster.
Be a little bit breezier, but I have no idea what is this.
What's what?
This game over here, this Jaguar game. Iron Soldier, huh?
It's Iron Soldier, yeah. I think I have that game.
Really? I mean, it looks like it's kind of cool, actually.
I need to sell all my Jaguar games, actually, because I got that game drive thing now.
Oh.
Although I haven't
even... to me. No.
Really?
Then I'll have a reason to get a Jag.
I can't sell something to you.
I mean, look at this building is exploding into perfect blocks here. Best thing about 3D cityscapes and texture map skyscrapers is watching a grenade blow them up. Um. Oh, look at this. It's comparing NAM 1975 to Wild Guns. Both very good games.
Yeah.
NAM 1975, I never played it until I got my consoleized MVS, and it's actually really awesome.
Yeah, I have that game.
I mean, I had no idea, because I think at the time it didn't look very graphically impressive compared to other stuff that's out. I mean, even looking at these screenshots here, like, Wild Guns looks better than it, I think.
Wasn't Wild Guns a little bit newer? I mean,
well, yeah, but I mean,
I remember going to Toys R Us when I was a kid and seeing when the AES came out and it was in that big glass case, and those were the two games that were there. Was Baseball Stars Professional and NAM 1975.
really?
But all you could do is look at the boxes because they didn't even have the Neo Geo hooked up to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it was out of the box, so you could see it and see how cool it was. But I remember that the games were like $200 a piece or something like that. So
Did they actually they had the system for sale then?
yeah. But do you remember that? Like you go to Toys R Us and
there was not a Toys R Us very close to me, so I only went a couple of times.
So like when you went in there, you had like the video game aisle where it had all those little things hanging, the cards hanging on the wall where you'd pick the little slip or whatever that you wanted. But
right.
But at least at my Toys R Us, like the outer aisle next to it was this big long glass case, like really tall, and just had like glass shelves in it. And that was where like they put like the really expensive stuff. Like so, over there was an AES that was unboxed, that was just sort of like set up or whatever, so you could see what everything looked like. And it had there was a copy of, like I said, NAM 1975, and there was a copy of Baseball Stars Professional, and then it just had like a little thing that said the price, And I don't remember what the AES was, but I just remember that I think the cartridges were like $200 each. So it's the kind of thing where you looked at. I never saw it for sale. First of all, you're like, well, I know I'm not getting that, but like, second thing is like, well, who is?
Exactly. And you wonder though, the people who bought like a Neo Geo AES from Toys R Us, that like the last one at the store that you looked at, you wonder if they still have it now.
Yeah.
If those people are such big fans still that they still have it.
Yeah.
GP1 Part 2. I've never played it. I've never even seen it. I can't even tell you what the box looks like.
Me either. Whenever I see a racing game for Super Nintendo, I always just assume it's going to be just more Mode 7 racing, and I'm not really, like, if I want to play a Mode 7 racing game, it's going to be F-Zero pretty much.
Exactly. The first one was the best. Honestly.
Yeah.
I guess I played Top Gear, and that's about it. But that wasn't a Mode 7.
Top Gear is pretty cool. There are other cool Mode 7 racing games, but it just got so overused,
Yeah.
For racing games, and golf games.
Look at this Super NES full motion video where it's talking about the halftime report in NBA Jam, and it's like 4 frames. Yeah. And each of those windows is like 4 frames of animation.
Yeah.
Psycho Letter of the Month. I can't even read these anymore because they're obviously just like trying to be like fake.
Yeah, that's why I don't get interested in those. There you got Lawnmower Man, though. Have you ever seen
man. Yeah.
Lawnmower Man?
The ending of that's pretty bleak.
Yeah.
You've seen it, right? I saw it in the theater.
No. Really? Well, no, I don't. I just remember like seeing the commercials for it on TV, and it just looked like too freaky for me. So
I think it's based on a Stephen King short story, I think, right?
Isn't everything?
I guess at the time it was. But I really liked the movie at the time. I don't think that I expected it to be kind of a horror movie. Oh, Pitfall: The Mind Adventure. Much better than I guess that I probably thought it was at the time.
It's a pretty good game.
I know, but at the time I thought like, oh, this doesn't sound like Pitfall, like that old series. Like I didn't.
Well, but I like those games.
Yeah.
So like,
Pitfall.
I see this and I'm like, oh,
first game I remember playing.
Although I had Super Pitfall, for the NES, and that game's horrible. So,
fun fact: Stephen King based Lawnmower Man on Chris on you.
yeah, I do like to mow lawns, but
I
good to see,
I
good
enjoy
to see
mowing the
Scary
lawn.
Cat back, or at least Scary Cat's lawyer.
But yeah, I mean, the Sega CD version is pretty expensive. I think that I might blame
Really?
John Linneman for doing a video on it a long time ago that brought the price up. But that was one.
Do you
that,
ever
you know,
do you
you
ever
could,
think that you do like videos on stuff and drive the price up? You think you've ever done
I
that?
mean, like I know that it's happened, but it's not something I ever think about.
You know that it's happened, that you're personally responsible for driving up the price of things?
Well, no, I don't think that I'm personally responsible, but I think that we do videos on certain things sometimes, and the price goes up. It's not intentional, but it has happened. I mean, we definitely, I think, played a part in how expensive PVMs are now. At least just even like a small little part in that. To
Like I wondered about that, because
like a 1% part of that probably.
I did that, video on the TurboGrafx and PC Engine golf games. I was like, boy, I hope I don't make the price go up.
I thought that was a great video, to be honest.
Yeah, it's all right.
Got some envelope art. Chrono Trigger, which you have not played, right? And you need to.
No, I mean very little. I've popped it in.
You definitely
and checked
need
it
to
out
do
little
like a live playthrough of it, I think.
Yeah.
Eternal Champions. I have the Genesis version, but this one was pretty major. It was a pretty major upgrade. They added all like the fatalities and everything to it. Well, maybe there was fatalities in the original, but I think in this one they made them a lot more violent. Oh, there's $2 from Jonathan Hinson saying, "I got my mixtape set in the mail today."
Yeah.
Did you
awesome.
sell through all of them? Last time I checked, you had 2 more sets left.
Well, yeah, because what happened was like somebody sent me a message on Patreon, and they were polite about it, but they just sort of suggested that like, hey, you should maybe like think about making sure that anybody who's a patron of yours that wants a set can get one without hoping that they have good timing of whenever I put more up for sale. And I was like, oh yeah, that's actually I felt bad. I'm like, somebody shouldn't have had to point that out to me,
Mm-hmm.
So I like made like 10 more sets, and then I think there were seven people on Patreon that wanted a set, and so then after that was done, I had like 3 more.
That's cool. That's
like
very nice of you to do, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, not really. I mean, I'm selling something, but but then so I tweeted about it whenever that was, yesterday or the day before, and so I got 3 more sets, and then they sold out in like a half hour. So now I'm out.
I've listened to the Genesis one a couple of times.
The PC Engine one's the best one, in my opinion. But,
yeah. Do you find yourself listening to your own tape, your own copies of it?
No, never.
All right, so Street Fighter 2, Super Nintendo SF2 has 32 megs, Genesis has 40, but what's the difference? Because, I mean, I think that you'd say that the Genesis version was probably worse at the time, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Those extra megs don't necessarily mean that the Genesis version is better.
Of course they do. Do the math. That's why the Jaguar's so awesome.
So, do you remember when Superman died? You remember? Because I know you read comic books for a little while, right? Or like you bought comic books.
Only a little bit, but I think I remember that happening because my best friend like bought the issue where Superman died and like had it like he like used like thumbtacks to put it up on his wall. I mean, inside of a bag. He didn't like
because it came in that bag, like a black bag with the Superman symbol on it.
Well, I think he might have opened that. I don't know. I don't remember. I remember it being like the comic book being open, but just being inside of a comic book bag. But I don't know.
I remember this though. I remember like because I never really read Superman. I just thought he was like kind of boring at the time, and
Yeah.
I read the whole like reign of the Supermen, like as it was happening. It was pretty cool,
Yeah.
but I don't remember anything about it.
See, I just wouldn't have believed that anyway, because like
Like there's
when I
no
was
way
like,
that but I remember it being like national news, like Superman is gonna die.
yeah, but like I remember when like I don't remember, like don't remember. I still have the issue. I forgot if it was I think it was the Joker died supposedly in like 88 or 89. It was either the Joker or Robin. Maybe it was Robin.
Well, that
I mean, I
definitely
wouldn't
happened. I
care
think
if it.
that remains true. Also, like
Well, then
other
maybe it wasn't
Robins came
Robin
in.
because whatever it was, somebody died. So like I ran out to a comic book store and bought the issue and had to pay $20 for it. And then like the next month they were like, "Oh, oops, he didn't actually die." And then the issue was worth like $2. And like, I was like 12 years old, so $20 was like a lot of money. It's like $100 now.
I see that the JC band is saying restore the Snyderverse, and I just watched this Zack Snyder's Justice League, and this is coming from somebody the only one that is someone who only really liked like the first Wonder Woman movie. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I watched it over the course of like 3 days. I thought it was pretty good.
That's how you know someone really likes a movie is when it takes them 3 days to watch it.
It's 4 hours long. Monty G saying MLiG sticker, please. I need to get more of those made. Honestly, I've been meaning to for a long time. But
You know what the thing is? I think you're getting a lot more people like asking for those because I did this thing where like if you take a picture of yourself either peeling a My Life in Gaming sticker off of something or cutting one in half, I'll send you a free Classic Gaming Quarterly sticker. And so I think people are like
Cutting one in
abusing the
half.
System
Not
by doing that, and then they want another one from you.
Michael's workshop wants a MLiG thong. Well, it's only one of them in existence, and it's all I wear.
And you're wearing it right now.
Yeah, I never take it off.
Oh God.
All right, so more letters.
Don't skip the coupons. What are you doing?
Okay, well.
Whoa.
Shack Food, Zero Tolerance, Balls, and Marco.
Yeah, buy two get one free Sega CD games.
Yeah, but they're all like the Sony ImageSoft games. So it's either the Exterminators, Wheel of Fortune, Frankenstein, Ground Zero Texas, Championship Soccer, Three Ninjas Kick Back, NBA Hang Time 95, Jeopardy, Prime. I don't know what Prime is.
I don't know.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, ESPN National Hockey Night, and ESPN Baseball Tonight. I mean, I can't even tell you. I can't even pick three of those games that I would want to own.
You can tell that like somebody grew up on like the good side of the railroad tracks when they just want to flip right past the coupons like they're not interested.
Oh, come on. I mean, the reason I skip right past is because it's like,
yeah, I know.
I none of these games are things that I would ever have bought at the time. Tell Santa you want balls for Christmas.
I think that's the opposite of what you should tell anybody.
I just want some of those bowls. Bowls is my favorite game. It'd be funnier if it was spelled like Bouls. I'd play
Wasn't
that.
that just French? Boules
Balls.
is just French for balls.
You busting my balls here.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Hey, I bought something on eBay the other day that's coming from Buffalo.
Oh yeah?
That's exciting.
Maybe it's from somebody that I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Wouldn't that be funny? But probably not.
Probably.
What'd you get?
Nothing exciting. Just NHL hockey for the Genesis.
Oh, really? Which year?
Like the original one.
Oh, cool. I have that one too.
I'm sure you do.
I mean, I just have that in '94, but I only have the first one because I remember buying it and then playing it a whole bunch. And at the time,
Yeah.
Electronics Boutique had a, if you buy a game and within 10 days, if you don't like it, you can return it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would always return games like after 10 days. I remember returning that to get Streets of Rage after 10 days.
That's a good,
Yeah.
good decision. Yeah, I don't know. I had it and I don't know why I got rid of it. I mean, it's like, to me, it's, historically significant, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, it's not something I've really done, but like John Linneman always talks about how if you want to see what a system is capable of, like look at the last entry of a sports series on his system.
Yeah.
And he's like talks about like the last Madden game. It's like on the Genesis like 98 or something like that.
That's what I was going to guess, 98.
And he says it's really, really impressive.
Yeah.
So that would actually be kind of a fun video for you to do if you ever thought about doing something like that, like looking at all like the final sports games of each series on a system.
I'm sure that would get literally tens of views.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, would it do better than the golf video? And the golf video is doing pretty decent, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting.
Interact, arcade stick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
The
got nothing
3DO
on that.
ad.
Yeah. Some cool. There's
It
Street
just
Fighter
seems
2
like
there
so
at the
many
bottom.
ads and everything is just like they're so mean at the time.
PGA. Is that PGA or is that Pebble Beach?
Right here, that is a True Golf Classics. Is it
YLA,
Wale?
Country Clubber. I don't know how to say it.
YLA?
YLA.
I've always said Wale.
Why did I talked about that on my show one time. I forgot why.
Because, I mean, who knows how to pronounce that?
I think it might have been in like the Super Nintendo in 1991 video or something. I don't know.
Right, because there
Well,
was like
probably like people from Hawaii probably know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
It looks pretty cool, though. I see Will Parker's asking how the Retrode was working 1 year later. I have not used it very much because after I got all my saves off and everything, I haven't had any real reason to use it. Somebody's borrowing it right now, actually.
Some guy in your chat called Gaming Blows
Yeah.
says I seem salty.
Well, you said you're just hopped up on caffeine today.
It is. It's what it is. Yeah. And now I'm drinking beer, so we got that getting mixed into the situation.
Got Way of the Warrior. Like Road Rash and Street Fighter 2 are basically the only games that I would consider to be really good here. Although I guess I never played Demolition Man. It's a first-person shooter.
Wait, isn't that Gex right there on the left?
Yeah, but I mean that's like
You don't like Gex now?
not that version. I would probably play the PlayStation version before that. We did a comparison one time. We did on our live stream. It was like Gex on the 3DO versus the PlayStation version. And if you check it out, like Gex on the 3DO runs at like 30 frames per second, and it looks really, really choppy. And he doesn't shut up.
Well, I think isn't that kind of true of the PlayStation version as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, game of the month, Samurai Showdown 2. I mean, would you consider Samurai Showdown 2 to be the best Samurai Showdown game?
I mean, I guess first of all, I would say that I'm not. I feel like I'm not enough of a fighting game aficionado that whatever I say should carry any weight. But yes, in my opinion, yeah. I mean, I have it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one I feel is a must-have. Although I've heard that the new one, their reboot is very good.
What reboot?
There's a reboot of it on new systems. It's
Specifically of 2?
Oh, no, of just Samurai Showdown.
Oh,
in general.
I see.
It's just called Samurai Showdown.
I just I have a soft spot for Samurai Showdown because that was back in its day, pretty much the only 2 Neo Geo games I ever played were
Exactly.
it was World Heroes and then the first Samurai Showdown, because that's what the Neo Geo at my local 7-Eleven had in it. So,
Right. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I think that this very true for me too. I played World Heroes and I played Samurai Showdown too, because I just remember Samurai Showdown being like such a big deal. Like, oh, this is the one that's going to beat Street Fighter 2.
Yeah. What's is that another comic book or something?
Yeah, Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy in the middle is looks exactly like a character designed in the mid-90s.
Well, it looks like a Wolverine ripoff to me.
Yeah.
I'm not even a comic book guy, but I guess it's Shadowhawk.
All characters by Jim Valentino. But I mean, I don't think there's like he's definitely Wolverine. I mean, if you're gonna do the claws and you do these things like the spikes on his face or whatever. I don't know, they're not spikes, but they're like the wings. Like that's nobody's gonna not think of Wolverine when they see that.
Well, that's probably the idea.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Breath of Fire. Like this is such a weird ad for this game too. Like this comic book style.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that somebody has done a deep dive into this, but it's such a weird thing to me that Squaresoft is the one that translated and published this game. Because, it's developed by Capcom, but, I mean, Squaresoft had so many of their own games that they could have localized and released. Why did they choose this one? Did they have a deal, like, with them or something? I don't know. That is one of those, like, great mysteries to me, I think. Still, I think it's a very good game.
Yeah. You got a working designs game on the next page, it looks like.
I see it. It's Popful Mail.
Popful Mail, I have that.
Do you? I mean, did you play it when it was pretty new?
No.
But have you played through it before?
I haven't beaten it, but I've spent, I would say, quite a bit of time playing it, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. It's really, really good, I think.
It is. I don't think, whatever I paid for it is a lot less than what it sells for now.
It's like $600 now.
Is it really?
It's seriously. I've been kind of going through using like the Game CZ app to kind of just scan all of my physical games to see like how much everything is worth, and this is like the third most valuable game that I own.
I think I paid like $100 for it, and at the time I thought like, I felt like an idiot for, it's like it popped up on the forums and somebody was selling it, and I was like, I'll take it. Yeah. But that was like 5 or 6 years ago at least.
It's really, really good, and as Poster Packrat is saying, it's worth buying a Sega CD for. I mean, I think it's definitely top 5 on the system for sure.
Yeah, I just don't know if I think any game like that is worth $600.
No.
If that's what it really sells for.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't pay $600. I was lucky to get it like right when it came out, so it was like
yeah.
After Lunar, like I just bought every single Working Designs game like the day it came out.
I'd rather have Snatcher than Popful Mail.
Oh, but you don't have Snatcher?
No.
Oh, for some reason I thought you did. Have you played it though? Have you played through it?
I haven't. Same thing. I have not beaten Snatcher. I've played quite a bit of the way into it.
You should like spend a long weekend playing through it sometime.
Now with the Mister or whatever, I guess I might as well.
Yeah, it's Snatcher's really, really good. X-Men on the Genesis, or no, Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is that like the Mutant Apocalypse? No, is it Mutant Apocalypse? Mutant Apocalypse? Is that what it is?
I don't know, man.
It's pretty good though.
Is it?
It's better than the Genesis game, that's for sure. I'm not a big fan of the Genesis X-Men game. I hate the sound in it, and it just ruins the entire game for me.
You got Indiana Jones for the Super Nintendo next to it.
I had a weird Indiana Jones dream like 2 nights ago. I don't know why.
You want to?
That I was watching Indiana, like they're supposed to be making Indiana Jones 5, and like for some reason I was watching it. Yeah, they actually are. Yeah, and right. I was watching it and I was like thinking about how they did such a good job of like digitally de-aging him.
That's like creepy. Like I watched The Irishman, and they did that to Robert De Niro, and I didn't like that.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that it looks very jarring and awful in that one specifically.
And it's too bad because it's a good movie, you know. But it's just like, why? Like, I get why it's like, well, you want to have Harrison Ford in an Indiana Jones movie, so you're like, all right, well, we're going to try and do this thing to, you know, de-age him or whatever. But it's like, and I love Robert De Niro, you know, I mean, he's one of the all-time greats. But it's like, well, did he really need to be in that movie if you had to do that? Like, just get somebody else
throughout the entire movie.
I mean, there's like a few scenes because I think that if I remember correctly, the whole movie is like a flashback, right? So like, there's like a couple of scenes where like Robert De Niro is like, you know, old, and then they didn't have to do that. But the, you know, 95% of the movie probably is him having been de-aged or whatever. And so it's just like, why can't you get like Andy Garcia, or if you want someone that looks like that? It's easier to make a young actor look old. Like, that's a lot more low effort, you know?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, just have Andy Garcia play young Robert De Niro, and then Robert De Niro can play old Robert De Niro.
Like, do it.
I mean, it's not
like they used to do it.
Exactly.
Just get a different actor. Jurassic Park 2 on the Super Nintendo. I didn't even know that came out.
Neither.
And just going straight up side scroller. So what does it say here? Twice the fun and half the fat of the leading
Look over there in the
brand.
sidebar, though. You got Major Mike's Game Roundup.
On the next page? Or over here, you mean?
Yeah, is there anything good
Rise of the Robots.
Well, you got Mega Man X2 down there.
Oh, wow.
That doesn't even
That's
get its own
surprising
proper
that they would
review.
relegate that to Major Mike's Gaming Roundup, like in the corner there.
Who is Major Mike? You know that guy?
Is it Mike Wygand or something? I mean, that's who I'm assuming it is. But I don't know.
I don't know. You know all these people.
Not really.
You're like, oh yeah, my wife dated Major Mike right before I met her.
I stole my wife from Major Mike.
That's
they were dating, and I stole her away. Then we got married, and sent Major Mike's life into a spiral. Mega Man X2 though, you know, I guess at this point it was well known that any Mega Man sequel, it was like a direct sequel, which is going to be a rehash. And I mean, Mega Man X2, coming off of Mega Man X1, it was a big disappointment for me.
Man, Poster Pack Rat spitting a little bit of fire in the chat. Says no ad buy from Capcom, maybe. Like, maybe that's why it got just relegated to Major Mike's Game Roundup.
Maybe.
I mean, would you be shocked?
Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't even thought of it at the time, at least. I mean, I don't know. That kind of thing, like, oh, were these people paid for this review? Like, never entered my mind when I was reading these magazines originally. I just, like, I took them as what they were. You know, I never even thought of it. But that's probably the case. Look at it. We got KO Flying Squadron over here in the corner.
That one I do not have.
No, I mean, I don't either. That's like $1,000 now. Or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Are you looking it up? It's really, really expensive.
Sorry, I have a loud keyboard.
That's all right. You know, you have a mechanical keyboard? A mechanical keyboard?
Yeah, but it's like it's got like knockoff Cherry MX Blue key switches in it or whatever, It's not like a name brand.
I got like this Logitech recently, and it's a wired keyboard, and I just wanted something that had clicky keys. And it's kind of awesome, but it's such a weird sensation, like the noise it makes. It does not sound like a keyboard used to sound at all. It sounds like... I can't really describe it. I don't know. Like, I like it a lot. But the sensation of it is still really weird to me.
So someone on eBay is selling KO Flying Squadron. Oh my God. There's like... I mean, listen, I know their buy it nows, right? So it's like, that's not the actual price, but they're just on the top. There's one buy it now for 4,300, one for 4,000, and one for 5,000.
It's like I can't
Like,
imagine even considering that at any point.
No, of
But
course
you know,
not.
there's people that have are like thinking about it. Like, oh,
No,
do I
I mean,
just do
well,
it,
there's
get it
sold
over
ones
with?
like one sold on the 8th for $1,000. Oh, one sold on the 28th of February for $2,600.
So it's creeping up there. I mean, it's crazy to me. Arrow the Acrobat 2. I've never played it. I never played the first one either. I bet it's good. I bet it's good. I bet it holds up well.
Expensive too.
I bet it's like worth playing now. Star Wars Arcade. I have that one, but I never really played it very much. That was the first game I played on the
Snatcher
3D
sold for
cards.
$2,000.
What's that?
So there's a copy of Snatcher that sold for $2,000.
I mean, I paid $400 for mine, but I also
Goodness.
I bought it originally when it came out, but sold it.
Yeah.
But I ended up paying $400.
Somebody in the chat wants to know what happened to your black soundproof ceiling tiles.
Oh, they're back there.
All right.
I'm on the other side. Let's see if I can do this here. I can see them. They're like above the TV right now, but they're like back there. I'm wrong way. That's where I normally sit, right there. I'm on the other side of the basement. Other end, rather. All right. We got Vi, another Working Designs game.
You say Vi? Is that?
Yeah, I mean that's what they say in the game.
Oh, I've never played.
I
always
said
said
Bay for the longest time, but
I've never played the game, so I don't know.
But in the game, the voiceover says the legendary armor of Vi. It says, get off your butt and get to the store before all the copies of Vi are sold, man. Have I told you about this? Tri was like very surprised that all Working Designs ads have like a little hidden message.
Oh, I didn't know that. What it?
Yeah, I mean this one says, get off your butt and get to the store before all the copies of Vi are sold.
Where does it say that?
It just says it in the copyright text down here. And we got, of course, Lunar, but this is the reprint, I think. And because the other one, I think, had a different ad for it. But when this was reprinted, it had the foil stamped cover, and that's kind of. I have a non-foil stamped version of it, but I feel like recently that I wanted to get a foil stamped one because maybe my collection of Working Design stuff isn't truly finished unless I have, both versions of that. Let's see here. We got Heart of the Alien. And that's another expensive game. The sequel to Out of This World.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played this one? The sequel?
No.
I mean, it's not a real sequel. But what I think is very cool is the entire opening of the game. It shows a lot of events from the first game. Have you played through the first game? Or the Out of This World?
No.
Oh, you should play it. It is a
I mean, I've played
classic.
it. I'm just saying I haven't played all the way. We used to play it a lot when it came out on computer back in the 90s, but
Oh, okay. So I mean,
think
you're
found
familiar. You
the
played.
intro was more entertaining to us than the game itself.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you remember, there's like points throughout the game where you might see like your alien buddy, like things happening to him, like in the foreground or way in the background and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the beginning of this shows like all those things from his perspective, from the alien's perspective.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. I mean, there's one part I always think of is when you're running, or when Lester is running and he jumps off this like off this broken bridge, and you see the alien run by in the foreground and he's being shot at. Well, in this, it like shows him at normal zoom and way off in the background, you can see Lester like running and jumping off the bridge.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the best part about the game. And we got Super Street Fighter 2 on the 3DO.
Straight 8s.
Yeah. I mean, you're starting to feel the fatigue, I think, at this point. Because you wonder how much did they actually even play this version of it? How much did they play that? Probably not a ton. Doom on the Jag. Has decent reviews, or decent numbers, rather. But I've heard that it's not good.
Didn't Doom on... Am I thinking of a different game? Isn't it Doom on the Jag that has no music?
Let's see. On the downside, the background music was taken out.
Yeah.
Also, there are no on-screen enemies when you play two-player game. It's just a good game. It's still a good game for the Jaguar.
That's kind of weird, though, because I remember... Well, I'm sure... I mean, hopefully you've never played Trevor McFur on,
No.
on
Also,
the
it doesn't have any
Jaguar,
music, right?
What's that?
I haven't played it, but I know that it has no music, right?
Yeah, no music. It's very bizarre.
They just didn't had time to do it, you think?
I don't know.
Oh, Uni Racers. For the longest time, I thought this was a 3D or not, a Super FX game. But it is not. Kind of a cool game.
For some reason, I feel like I thought that, too.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it being advertised. It's not even, it doesn't have any special chips in it, I don't think. But it's kind of a cool game. It's very unique.
I wonder why we think that, then.
I don't know. Maybe we wrongly heard that someplace. I mean, we both read the same thing that said that. Space Invaders on the Game Boy. They talk about the... Well...
Was that like a Super Game Boy enhanced game? Because how is the screenshot?
Yeah, because it has a Super Nintendo game hidden in it. You can put it in a Super Game Boy and it boots like a Super Nintendo game.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How does somebody give it an 8 and somebody else give it a 3?
Because it's Space Invaders, they're probably like, oh, I don't want to play this old thing.
Whatever.
Probably. The Marvin missions. Is that Marvin from Daffy Duck? Yep.
You would think.
Echo 2, Tides of Time. Hockey and Rocky 2. I've never played this one. I rented the first one. And there's a third one coming out for new consoles soon. Bubsy 2 on the Game Boy. Field tested for combat. Have you watched the new Mortal Kombat yet? Do you have any interest in seeing it?
No. I mean, the answer to both of your questions is no.
I'll watch it sometime this week.
Like, there are way better things that I have not watched, you know?
But do you like the original Mortal Kombat movie?
I haven't seen that one either.
Really? That surprises me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm kind of on the record as not being a Mortal Kombat fan. But
still, I mean, for the longest time, I mean, even still, it might be it's one of the best video game adaptations this has come out, I think. Top 10.
Top 10 video game babes.
What? Oh, I didn't see that. Got Mai, Charlotte, Annie from Wild Guns, Julie from Ghoul Patrol. And it's just like... They're like literally all fighting game characters, except for Annie and Julie.
Uh-huh.
And Psylocke, I guess. But, you know...
What's the next one there? Editor's Top 10 what?
Editor's Top 10 is number 1, Samurai Shodown 2. I don't know if
No, what
Bubble
is it? Is it just top 10 games, or I can't tell what
Top 10 Smash... I think it's just their top 10 favorite games at the time.
All right.
But then Mega Man X2 is number 3, but they give it that little...
Because they didn't
get that money.
Right.
They didn't get that cash, I guess. Reader's Top 10. Mortal Kombat 3? What? I mean, they don't even have a screenshot to show you. They said, we wish we had a screenshot to show you. And, like, how can that be Reader's Top 10? Is that the thing that they're most excited for, I guess? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I mean, Mortal Kombat 3 rumors are flying, including one where there's coming soon message shows up in Mortal Kombat 2. I don't know. Oh. There's...
Oh, sorry, I don't have the thing open.
No, it's all right. It's $5 from Jason Davis saying, Legend says if you mention 8:7 aspect ratio, Tri will manifest in the room and begin a 30-minute TED Talk. I've never seen him like get that riled up about anything, I don't think, ever in my life. He's lucky that YouTube hasn't implemented stream highlights yet.
That's true. Why haven't they?
Well, they are, but it just hasn't happened yet. I think it's in like beta testing or something. The Mortal Kombat reboot really was the best movie?
Literally.
I mean, I didn't try to get into word. I just kind of let him go. And I let him... I walked away and came back after a little while, and he was still going.
See, I think that's like I popped my head in for just a second, and you were gone, and he was yammering about 8:7 something, and I was just like, I don't even know what's going on here, and it's, you know, and I just turned it off.
And I just, like, I came back, and I sat for a little while, and he, like, paused for a minute. I'm like, are you done? And he's like, no, I'm not done.
Wow.
I think we've talked about, like, 900 numbers. Did you ever call any 900 numbers?
Only filthy ones.
Oh, yeah? The pick up the phone ones?
No, we used to call, I mean, I already mentioned this before. We used to call we'd call the filthy 800 numbers, where, like, the filthy 800 numbers were just kind of like telling you what you would hear if you called the filthy 900 numbers. You know, like, oh, hey, baby, hang up the phone and call 1-900, blah, blah, blah. You know, and, like, you know, when you're like 13, just the fact that there's like some, you know, recorded chick on the phone using like some kind of like husky voice was already like thrilling, you know, and plus nobody knew you were going to do it. So, or nobody knew you did it, right? So like that wasn't going to show up on the phone bill. But no, I've never called like a 900 number or a 976 number, because like if I had, let's say I had this issue, well, I mean, by this time I was like 17, but like, let's just say it was like an older issue and I was like 12 or 13 years old. And like, I took that page to my mom and said, hey, can I call this? Like, she would have been like, you know, absolutely not. Get that away from me right now. So like, I would not even bother asking.
Right. That's why you just do it. And it's like, it's like 99 cents, or it's like 25 cents for the first minute and then 99 cents a minute afterwards or something like that.
No, because I would have just like, you know, they would have gotten the phone bill and been like, oh, what's this charge? Well, that's your allowance for the next 2 weeks. Gone. You know, like.
Well, that's, I mean.
Again,
I
you know,
think that happened. Like, that happened
you and
to
I
me.
clearly had different upbringings, you know, as we can see from your attitude
towards
coupons.
Well, I mean, I called, like, this one is about UFOs, and I racked up this crazy phone bill.
Really?
And, you know, my mom obviously freaked out when she saw it, but she called the phone company, and they were able to get rid of most of the charges.
Why didn't you just watch, like, Unsolved Mysteries or, like, whatever that show was on Fox?
We were way into it. We are so into it. We got like those Time Life books, like the Mysteries of the Unknown or something like that.
Exactly. Those used to freak me out, man.
Yeah, and they have like those crazy illustrations and stuff in them, like this.
Yeah.
I think it was like Mysteries of the Unknown.
Yeah. No, I had a couple of those.
I think we had we slowly collected all of them. But I mean, other than that, I think that's the only 900 number that we called. But very similar to that. I mean, did you ever have AOL growing up? Did you ever have American Online?
Not until I was going to community college.
Okay, but even then, I mean, did you have it when they were still you get 20 hours a month of it?
Yeah, yeah.
The thought of using 20 hours of the internet a month is incredible to me. No, because
maybe if you had access to news groups, I could see
No. I mean, I just can't. I'd use that much up in 3 days. Even then.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's back then it was you'd have some middle-aged guy like I am now, went over a Radio Shack and bought a Tandy 1000, and then had his 20 hours of CompuServe, and the only thing he was doing was checking his email every night or whatever. So
yeah,
20 hours was reasonable, but
right. I saw that there was a $2 from Shadow Mask saying, "What does Chris think about a 240p MLiG PA public access stream?" So something we were talking about last night.
Yeah.
Was, I mean, I don't know if you saw any of the 240 or HD games in 240p.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking about taking a whole bunch of episodes of ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how we do the marathon, how I release a couple of the marathon videos.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about taking a bunch of old episodes and putting them on a PS3 and outputting them at 480p and downscaling them to 240p and make a whole marathon where it's just a whole bunch of episodes of our show showing on a PVM.
Yeah.
And I'll sync up the audio so it just plays through all the way. So it's kind of like your audio tape stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where it's we're just watching it on the TV.
You could do, if you didn't want to piss off your subscribers or whatever, you could do something like that and then just stream it to Twitch for a whole weekend or something.
Right. Well, I think that's what the idea behind a public access stream.
I actually thought about doing that. What if I just set up a thing, I could get a computer and set it up at work, so that it's not, in my house and in my office at work, where it could just 24/7 stream my show to a Twitch channel or something.
I mean, I bet it would do well.
Maybe that's a stupid idea. I don't know.
But maybe that's what I'll do. That's a good idea to just do it to a stream and then let it go for a long time.
Yeah.
It would be funny. But also probably people would watch. But I was saying I'll take that video and put that on a PS3. So it's several screens deep.
Yeah.
Zero tolerance on the Genesis. I played this fairly recently.
Isn't that the first-person shooter where you only have a little?
Yeah, it's a little widescreen view on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it plays decently. All right, gaming gossip. All right. Let's see. Q is hearing the Big N is resting on his Donkey Kong glory for too long, with plans already on their way to upgrade Diddy Kong from Sidekick to Gaming Superstar. So they're obviously talking about DKC2, which, I mean, is only 1 year after the first one.
Yeah.
Sega's new 16-bit portable, to be called the Venus, is coming into sharper focus. I wonder if there's any prototypes of something like that.
Are they not talking about the Nomad?
I mean, oh yeah, they are. Well, it says the unit will play Game Gear and 16-bit Genesis cartridges and will cost $179.99. It's basically
That's
a Mega
kind of a
Jet
good
with a
point.
screen.
Why didn't they make a? They should have made like a cartridge adapter and let people play. Like, I could imagine if they had released like, oh, you buy this, you can play your Genesis games on the go and your Game Gear games on the go. Maybe they would have sold more Nomads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
and make it so it plays, not the Master System would have any effect on that, but why not if you're going to do.
Well, I mean, you could probably just get a power base converter and like.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I wonder if the Nomad was codenamed Venus.
Well, it would make sense because like down there you see they're talking about the Neptune.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they were just, using planets, because then you had the Saturn. So maybe that was like their internal code name, naming system.
Yeah. We got the Royal Rumble pinball machine with Doink the Clown on it. Remember Doink the Clown?
I do not. This is way after I quit watching wrestling.
Yeah,
so.
I guess I wasn't even watching it at this point either. But I mean, when I guess I probably stopped watching around like 7th grade, but I would always watch it when it was like Saturday night, when it was like on in place of SNL sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That was really the only time. It was like
wasn't that called like Saturday Night Main Event or something?
What was that?
So wasn't that called like Saturday Night Main Event or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's all I really watched of wrestling at that point. But I still think the name Doink is really funny. Star Trek.
Just sounds like something you teach your 5-year-old to call his, like, hey, Jimmy, quit playing with your Doink,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this on your stream about how like we never played any Star Trek games despite liking Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't that game come out in the 32X?
I don't know.
I'm just going to say yes.
All right. I'm sure the chat can clear that up for us.
Well, I'm sure the chat will be happy to tell me how wrong I am if I'm wrong.
It was Nintendo and Paradigm. I love saying paradigm like paradigm.
I don't believe that's how that's pronounced.
No. Well, it's paradigm, but I like to say paradigm. I think it's funny.
You know what was interesting is I was just watching, Shmup Junkie?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching one of Shmup Junkie's videos, and he said Galaga.
Okay.
And then, instead of saying Galaga, he said Galaga, which I did that in one of my videos, and, the entire internet freaked out. And then like I heard him say it and I was like, hey, because like basically I guess it's like me, him, and Modern Vintage Gamer with the Galaga.
Yeah.
And then like 2 hours later, I checked the comments on my YouTube channel for the first time in like a month. And, right on cue, somebody was in there like, oh, it makes me cringe when you say Galaga. Well, that's why I did it. What can I tell you?
Yeah. I like to go back and forth between the way I say things in the same episode.
I'm going to start doing that.
You just go back and forth. Like I like to say Sega and Sega in the same episode.
That sounds like the same thing.
Well, there's a lot of people that will say like you say Sega.
I think just in order to be more like inclusive, we should try to say things the way people say them all around the world, So Sega, Sega.
Yeah.
Mario, Mario.
The SNES, SNES.
The SNES, thank you.
SNES.
Yes, exactly.
I think that might be the first time I've ever said SNES out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, I've thought it sometimes, but I've never said it out loud.
See, if I listen to let's say I'm listening to like a British gaming podcast. Like, what's that British gaming podcast? I forgot. You know, like that guy says SNES, you know? And so like, it's just funny because like when I hear somebody say it like a different way, like to me, it's just like, you know, variety's the spice of life or whatever. It's like, oh, it's interesting. Over there, they say SNES, you know, like, you know, I don't open my laptop so I can fire off an angry email about it, you know?
For love of the game, donated $2 and say it like an Australian. Seagar.
Is that like Bob Seger?
Yeah, I was gonna say Seager, like Bob Seger. I could hear like Sega.
By the way, I apologize for I wasn't thinking. I apologize for drinking a beer on the stream with you. I know you.
What are you talking? I was drinking
said
whiskey here for a little bit because
you said you quit drinking. You know, because you know I know you're having kind of an issue with you know anger issues when you drink. So I respect that you're doing that, and I apologize for drinking in front of you.
I was drinking whiskey.
I mean,
I was hoping that would maybe make my
you already fell off the
tongue
wagon.
not hurt.
I mean, I remember last time I hung out with you and you started drinking, you were like dropping more F-bombs than Bobby Euchre. So.
Oh, everyone's asking about my cigar.
Cigar?
I really wanted to do like a whole stream with like a fake cigar.
Why don't you just smoke a real cigar? I'll do it. Let's do it together.
Do you have one? I don't have one.
No, I'm not saying now. I'm like next time. It'll have to be outdoors though.
Yeah, it'd have to be outdoors, or else my house is gonna.
You'll never get the smell out down here. But
I mean, that's the thing, you know. Like, as someone who smoked cigarettes for a long time, like I can't really smoke, or else it's gonna like, you know. But the whole thing with cigars is like you're not actually supposed to inhale it, right?
No.
So maybe I could do it. I don't know. I don't think that anybody would want to watch a stream where it's just us sitting outside. It can be a just chatting stream. So this
Poster Pack Rat says buy a pipe. I did that like a few months ago. I went out and you know, because like every once in a while I used to smoke a pipe when I was younger, and so like all right, you know, so I went to the store and I bought a pipe and I bought you know, a bag of pipe tobacco or something, and it was just like anytime I smoke anything, it's not as good as I remember, you know? Like if I smoke a cigarette, if I smoke a cigar, if I smoke a pipe, if I smoke Chiba, it's always like, man, this was awesome in my 20s and now it just isn't. So I'm just not smoking anything.
Yeah, I see Will Parker saying smoke blunts.
Yeah. That'd be a fun stream anyway.
Probably ruin this channel.
Well, I could do that if it was like my retirement stream. Like this is the last time I'm ever doing anything on YouTube.
Like you just want to burn it. You're gonna burn it all down.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Naki Tech, the Game Saver Plus. It's actually pretty cool. So can you dump saves on this thing?
Hey, Brian North in the chat has a very good idea. He says you guys should make shirts like Austin 316, except have it say try 87. That is a very, very good idea. That's a good idea for a sticker right there.
Try 87.
Since you need to order stickers anyway.
All right, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
8x7 TRY09. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I keep on thinking 8x7, 857 5309. Is that like
867?
867 5309. That's like Jenny, right? That's the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wonder if you could make a version of that song that says 8x7.
I'm sure you could.
And then it says something else. Anyways, let's cutting edge technology of the Noki Tech. That is pretty cool. I wonder how well it works.
Did you ever have like one of those like game UFOs or game
No, but
whatever
they're so fascinating to me.
you know, the floppy drive thing?
Yeah.
I used to have one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like before there was like any kind of, you know, EverDrive or SD to SNES or anything like that.
Right.
I had one of those things. It's pretty cool. Awesome story, I know.
Bugs Bunny, a lot of Looney Tunes games over here.
Acme Animation Factory.
Great. The only one I even knew of was like is Death Valley Rally is not even on here. It's Tasmania stuff. I always like to think about how, I guess when we were probably in high school, how popular Looney Tunes were with like you know, my friends' parents, and they would have like little Tweety Bird on their polo shirt and stuff.
Yeah, my aunt was a huge Tweety Bird fan. Like her favorite color was yellow, just because she loved Tweety Bird so much. She even drove a yellow car.
If you ever did an episode where you're wearing a polo shirt, that has like a Looney Tune, like embroidered like Looney Tune, in it, that would be amazing. I would laugh at that. I would get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah. All right, maybe I'll do it just for you.
Where it's like maybe peeking out of, like, you know, like Taz like maybe peeking out of the pocket or something like that.
Yeah.
Earthworm
Clay
Jim
says
commercial
my aunt
becoming a
is
mouthful.
huge Eeyore fan.
What's
Eeyore
that?
was always my favorite too.
What? Who? Oh,
Somebody
Eeyore?
in the chat says my aunt is a huge Eeyore fan.
Oh yeah.
I always loved Eeyore.
Everyone
kept
was
it
getting
real,
Taz,
you know?
Tweety, and Marvin. Yep. This is gross. Woman, she's eating worms.
Wonder how much she got paid for that.
Yeah. And I wonder if she was like, this is gonna, you know, it's gonna make my career right here.
There's that Flight Stick Pro for the 3DO. It's one of those CH Products flight sticks. I had the PC version of that, but like that's like the slightly fancier version with more buttons on it. I had like the super basic one. I might still have it somewhere.
Was it considered like the top of the line flight stick you could get or something like that at the time?
I mean, CH Products made like good quality sticks. Like they were made in the United States. So they were just a popular brand of flight. Like you could even get like, in fact, I had one for a while that I found at a thrift store where it was like, what do you call that? A yoke, I think. You know, it's like it's like a steering wheel that you would clamp to your desk, but it's like the you know, and then it even had the pedals for the whatever the flap is on the tail. I don't know. I can't think tonight, but you know what I'm talking about. It was like the whole setup, you know. But it was CH Products brand, so it was like, you know, back then that was like, I'm not gonna say it was the best, but it was like good. Probably like buying like now you could buy like a Logitech racing wheel, and you know Logitech makes really nice racing wheels, but like they're not like the best you can get, but they're better than the crappiest one you can get. middle of the road, I guess, you know. Yeah, rudder, everybody's saying. Yeah, I think maybe that's it.
I see Paul Sutton saying, I have that. It works great with Wing Commander.
Yeah, there you go.
Super Wing Commander on the 3DO is a very good game.
I wonder how
I recently
that would play
played
with
it
like
and thought it was
X-Wing or something.
Well, on the 3DO, I mean, it was...
No, I'm talking about on a PC. If you had the yoke and pedals set up.
Oh, okay. But in Wing Commander on the 3DO, I'll always remember there's... And I still say it to this day. I don't know. I joke about it like with my son before, where like sometimes the Kilrathi will send you a message like over the intercom or whatever, and they will say, "I will feast upon your entrails."
Yikes.
And
Hey, does your kid still think I live on a boat or
Yes.
not anymore? Yeah? Oh man.
Definitely. I mean, every time if I ever mention anything about you, I say the guy in the submarine.
All right. We need to have another video chat soon just so we can make sure we keep that going.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be really funny if they just thought that until they were old enough where they said, "I can't believe I thought that."
Yeah. I should buy like a, I don't know. I don't know what people on a submarine wear, but striped shirts or something.
Donkey Kong Country. Konami mind disinfecting video games. What's it going to be for? Oh, it's Contra Hardcore. Contra
It's an
Hardcore.
interesting ad.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like all gross stuff all the time. I mean, that just looks disgusting.
I mean, I don't know. It's just ground up meat.
Yeah, but it looks really vivid.
Were you a vegan or something?
No, it's just I don't know. It's like too close to it's too big in the image. It's like they put a sharpening filter on it. That makes it look, it's too too real to be real.
I was just talking about that game on that Next 10 video I did.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people say it's the best Contra game.
I mean, it's pretty good. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I just found out like today that Contra on the Famicom is better than Contra on the NES.
Really?
And it's kind of like when I found out that Santa Claus was not real. Because like now I'm already like, all right, I got to go buy, Contra for the Famicom and then like mail it to Voltar and have him like put the translation ROM on it.
Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
It's the additions are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's just something as simple as, moving backgrounds. Like the last level, like all the floors are pulsating and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like even just like the little cutscenes or like the little map that it shows you between stages, just like it's pretty cool,
I see that. So I see Backstreet's Back. All right, is saying I found out the Santa Claus was not real from Coury. I mean, I said it not very loud, but like right after I said it, like my daughter came downstairs. I was so afraid that she heard me.
She still believes in Santa Claus then?
Oh yeah. I mean, we've done a lot to just keep it going as much as we can. And what I think is really funny is that like on Christmas Eve this year specifically,
yeah,
the kids put out like the cookies and everything, and we were filling their stockings.
Yeah.
So the stockings are like hanging on like this like a bookcase type thing.
Okay.
And they had these weights in place to hold them there. And when we pulled one of them down, my wife pulled it, and like the weight fell off, and like landed on the plate of cookies, and like shattered it all over the place.
Oh no!
So we didn't clean it up. We're just like, it's like way too late. We're not going to do this. So we just like let it go, and like ever since then, like my kids were just like they couldn't believe that Santa broke this plate. And it's like,
you just feel like, oh man, Santa must have stepped on the plate of cookies.
So I mean, like all day I was saying like, I can't believe Santa broke that plate.
Yeah.
Just like making a big deal about it.
Do you guys do Elf on the Shelf?
No.
No.
No, that's way too much effort. That's way too much effort. I mean,
one year I went over to like my friend's house and they had an Elf on the Shelf. And they had like right next to it on the shelf was like one of those like stuffed monkeys with like the really long like arms and legs, you know,
Yeah.
and with, you know, kind of a crazy look on its face. And so like I rearranged them, I'll just say, so that there was something a little, you know, NC-17 going on, you know. And I just like did that and took a picture of it with my phone. And I put them back the way they were because I'm not trying to be disrespectful at my friend's house, you know.
Yeah.
But just because of the look on the monkey's face, like, and the way the monkey was just kind of like leaning back, it was just, you know, you can let the theater of the mind take over. But then like I took a picture of it and like I posted it on like some forums that I was a member of, you know, and like there was some other guy and it pissed him off like so badly that I did that. You know?
Really?
Like yeah, because it's like that's Christmas and like how can you know
You ruined Christmas.
Like I ruined his Christmas by doing that. And it's still like, you know, I must have like 4,000 pictures on my phone and that might be my favorite one.
I see Trout Butter saying, "You're never gonna get me, Sheriff," from Lethal Enforcers 2. That's like literally the only thing that I remember from this game too. Every enemy says that basically. You ain't never gonna get me, Sheriff. This is another game. This is a really good game. This Adventures of Batman and Robin. I feel like a lot of people talk about the Genesis version, but this is the real best Adventures of Batman and Robin.
I don't believe I've ever played that game.
You should check it out if you have a chance. It's really, really good. I think it's kind of expensive though now. Oh, we got an ad for Snatcher.
Sorry, I'm texting you a picture.
Oh, you're sending it to me? Oh, I gotta find my. Can I show the chat?
I mean, as long as they're warned in advance, you know.
Does everyone want to see it, or do you want to do it, or I can do it?
I'm not doing nothing. I just love that picture.
It's gonna, you know, we're gonna.
I think everybody gets the point. You know, you don't have to.
Anyways, oh, we got the X Band. I saw Wrestling with Gaming was in the chat earlier. We did a very good documentary on the X Band.
Yeah.
Like the definitive documentary on it, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, I got a delivery being made right now.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
What'd you get?
Just another beer. I mean, I didn't ask. She offered. You know, you don't say no. That's just rude.
Look at these VR glasses.
Yeah, she said from the submarine.
See these VR glasses?
Those look pretty small for VR glasses.
I know. But I mean, that's what we imagined VR glasses would look like.
Yeah.
In 1995. Oh, look at it's the handy gear. I used to have one of these things. It's so big.
Yeah.
I think I gave it away though.
What like? It seems like it has like a screen cover, but other than that, like what value is it bringing to the table?
Nothing. It's just enormous.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, somebody in the chat says everything Wrestling with Gaming does is top notch. See, here's the thing. It's like me, you, and Wrestling with Gaming need to do like we need to form like this YouTuber Voltron, you know? And it should be like my voiceover with your editing and I don't even understand what exactly it is that Wrestling with Gaming does to make like those awesome. I don't. What is that, like SolidWorks or something? I don't even know. Like, where he just made like he recreated a Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
3D. Like I don't even know what that is,
Like
but
3D
like
Studio, not it's not. I want to say 3D Studio Max. That is not the thing. Cinema 4D, maybe it is.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's
3D Studio Max, is that even
pretty
around
amazing.
anymore?
Whatever it is.
I don't know why I even
Anyway,
thought of
think
3D
about it.
Studio Max. Let's see here. Masters
It's pretty
of the
crazy if you went back in time to like 1995 and like told somebody that was like super excited seeing like that article about virtual reality that like, hey, it's going to take like almost 25 years before that's even really
before
a thing.
it's even remotely playable.
Although that's no different than like, I mean, I've mentioned it before, but like that AT&T commercial from like 1992 that was like, I think they were like narrated by Tom Selleck, but it was like talking about all this stuff you're going to be able to do in the future, like have like video phone calls and like you'd watch that and be like, oh, that's like having flying cars. That's not going to happen. And like I remember one of the little things it showed was like these three teenagers in their living room, and they like turn on their TV, and then on the screen they could select what movie they wanted to watch, like on the screen. And like you watch that and you're like, oh, that's never going to be a thing, And it didn't even really take that, I mean, because like Netflix and whatnot has been around for
A long time now.
a long time now, right? Like 10 years at least, maybe,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't really know.
But I mean, I definitely thought there was going to be flying cars for the longest time.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not happening in our lifetime.
No, I mean, think of the logistics of like the last thing people can't even drive sensibly on a road.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is like introduce a third dimension.
Like literally flying anywhere you wanted to.
Yeah.
Castlemania again says you're having a video phone call right now with Chris, and 300 of us are listening in.
Yeah. Who would have thought this would be a thing?
This is a game
like
that I
remember
need to play.
when I was
It's Robotrick.
Sorry. I remember being in like 6th grade and like sitting in front of a tape recorder with my best friend, and we would like pretend we had a radio show. Like we would,
Oh yeah.
Put a cassette in there and hit record and pretend we had a radio show, and like we'd put songs in it and everything. And
That's awesome.
but I'm saying who would have thought like later, like, oh, you'll just be able to make a podcast or you can get a video camera and make your own show and just put it on YouTube.
Yeah. So do you still have any of those tapes with that stuff on it?
No, thank God.
I mean, it might be kind of neat to hear that stuff. I mean, my brother and I did the same thing where we would.
No, I have like at least one VHS tape that I made when I was in like high school, and I've never watched it. Like I definitely don't want to see that.
Well, there was this one tape that the first time that my brother and I ever did anything like that is I got this tape that on one side it was like a G.I. Joe adventure, and then the other side was blank. So they say like make your own adventure.
Okay.
And it's just like us like talking about poop the whole time, and like the kind of thing that like a 7 and 9-year-old would talk about.
Oh no, I mean we definitely, like me and Jonathan, like we definitely farted into the microphone at least once. It was kind of like if you listen to Howard Stern and like Fred like drops a sound effect for some reason.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that, so you would literally just turn around real quick and fart into the microphone. So it was real highbrow stuff.
How is pooping an adventure? Well, I don't know.
Well, that depends on what you've been eating.
Yeah.
Pooping can most definitely be an adventure. When I was like 14, me and my best friend ate like a half a jar of pickled jalapenos, and like pooping was definitely an adventure for the next day or so. Got some of that ring sting going on.
Oof.
Anyways,
so someone was saying that Frank's Fault just found a a prototype of RoboTrek tonight.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, he was tweeting about something.
Really?
Yeah.
That's super cool. I have this game. I have not played it, but I need to. Oh, what's this? Go airborne with Magic Edge and take the ride of your life. It's just an FMV. No, it doesn't look like FMV. It probably is, but it's just computer generated FMV. You ever been on one of those things where it's you would sit in this like this capsule on hydraulics and it would like take you into space and stuff? It's like at the mall or something like that.
I feel like maybe once.
Yeah, that's all you need. Let's just do it one time. Space Ace.
Yeah, so Frank has like this little Twitter thread that he started today where I don't know where he found this stuff. And I don't know if that game you just saw was in there or not, but he's saying looking at a giant pile of mystery EPROMs tonight that are all cryptically labeled and mismatched with a few clues as to anything. So like he pulled out like an EPROM reader and like dumped all of them and was like checking out what they were, and he listed off at the end what he found.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Space Ace. Did you ever play any of these in the arcade? Like Dragon's Lair and stuff?
Only Dragon's Lair. Like I remember like my local Chuck E. Cheese, like when you walked in the door, that was like the first arcade machine you'd see, you know. Like they gave it like the prime spot.
Yeah. I mean,
but I don't remember like I would watch people play it and like, oh, it's like an interactive cartoon, and then like, you know, I'd put in a token and check it out, and I just remember like I've never had a positive opinion of that game just because I was probably like 6 years old or something, but I just remember trying to play it and thinking that like it sucked, you know.
Yeah, well,
compared to like Pac-Man or something.
And it's like you literally get game over within like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, I think that game was like more expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember it being like $1 or something like that the first time I played it. And it was like over before you even understood what you were doing.
Yeah.
Clay Fighter. Clay Fighter is not good. Just going to say that.
Yeah.
Tattoo
that's a very
Assassins.
Cool... All right, I don't know about that, but
this
I was just going to say, sorry, that ad for Samurai Showdown is cool.
Yeah, look how big it is, like the cabinet.
I think that's exaggerated. I don't know if you...
Nobody could play that thing unless you're standing on like a ladder.
Well, they don't show it, but it came with a matching ladder.
I've never even...
It's weird though. I've never seen like I don't remember ever seeing a dedicated cabinet of any Neo Geo game when I was a kid. Like I only ever saw the, you know, multi-slot.
Yeah,
the red and white or whatever, you know, Neo Geo cabinets.
I don't feel like this would exist, honestly.
I mean, I'm not going that far. I'm just saying I've never seen one, but it would make more sense. Even if they didn't exist, it would make more sense to make a mock-up like that for an ad because it's more visually interesting, I guess, you know?
Yeah. I've never even heard of this game, Tattoo Assassins. It looks terrible, but it looks like with characters named Derek O'Toole and Luke Cord.
Derek O'Toole.
And this character's name is named Truck Davis.
Hey, you know, if you use the like, what was your childhood pet and what street did you grow up on as like your porno name thing? I'm Bruiser Swift. It's pretty good.
That's good, but it's not Truck Davis good.
No.
Can you see if this game ever came out?
Sure.
And if it came out, can
Yeah,
someone
I'll be-
please make a Mr. Core of Tattoo
Yeah, I'll be-
Assassins just so I can play as Truck
You're
Davis?
all on.
Truck Davis is in the house.
Nope, it says unreleased 1994 fighting game developed by the pinball division of Data East. Although it says a few prototypes were test marketed, and there's gameplay videos on YouTube, so there's some kind of version of it running around. So maybe somebody could make a Mr. Core. I'm gonna
Just
watch
so
a
I can
gameplay
play
video with
as
this sound off.
Truck Davis.
All right, hold on, I'm looking here. Wait, whoa, what? The ink of jizz? That's what it says. The ink of jizz is an amorphous fluid organism which can form into real objects for brief moments when applied to human bodies as tattoos.
I can't gonna recover that.
Oh god, this looks
Oh, Giz.
okay. There's what do we got here? Maya. Yeah, there's Derek O'Toole.
And Luke Cord.
Well, this person went through the. Oh yeah, there was Truck Davis there. They went through the character select screen too fast.
Truck Davis. That's
It looks like a really, really shameless Mortal Kombat ripoff.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like even just the way the gameplay is, it looks like, whoa, wait, what? So there's this ice skater chick named Carla, and I'm not making this up. One of her attacks is that she turns around, bends over a little bit, puts her hand on her hip, and farts. And all this green stuff comes out of her butt. I swear to God, just type Tattoo Assassins gameplay into YouTube and it'll be the first video.
Tattoo Assassins. Is her name just
it's
Carla, or does she have a last name?
It's Carla with a K. It does, but I couldn't see what it is because it's going Carla Killer or something like that. I don't know. This farting thing was this guy's go-to move, though. He keeps doing it over and over again. What else we got?
I mean, that's a good name.
Oh, Luke. Yeah, Luke Cord.
Luke Cord. Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
But honestly, Truck Davis.
She punched him in the groin, and then he had to stop and grab it. Oh, blood came out.
What?
Blood came out of his crotch. Wow, that would be live stream worthy. If you guys could get a copy of that, loaded up in MAME or something.
Yeah, and just play as Truck Davis all night.
Oh damn it! Now I can close the stream.
This looks cool though. Ace Driver.
That does look pretty cool.
Is that a little out of focus? I apologize if it is. Let me see if I can fix it. Do that. Let's see if that helps. Ghoul Patrol. Ghoul Patrol is like the sequel to Zombies Ate My Neighbors, right?
I don't know.
It's not like an official sequel. But I feel like it was meant to be, at least. Lock and Loaded by Data East.
There we go.
Straight up Lethal Enforcers. Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, I was saying in that Next 10 video that I was really surprised that Earthworm Jim didn't make the cut for the top 25 on the Genesis.
I like it, but I would not put it in a top 10 of anything.
Hey, there's Off-World Interceptor for the.
Mm-hmm.
So that was you can see that the screenshot on the lower right. Because remember when we talked about that
right.
on my live stream. So that, and and somebody said, oh yeah, they did that Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing in the original 3DO version as well. But I think you had said you thought maybe they did that as an afterthought because when they made the full motion video cutscenes, they looked so cheesy.
Right.
That, which if you go look at some of those cutscenes, I think you're probably onto something.
They're like, we can't release this. Can't play it straight. Oh, Point Blank. Have you played Point Blank on the PlayStation 1?
I think it's like one of those games that everybody tells me I need to play, but I have not.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventures. I mean,
that was the one they had the review of, right?
Yeah. Have you ever played it?
A little bit. I think I have it.
I mean, it's not great, but it uses, I think, the same like engine as the Super
the
Star Wars games did.
Right? Yeah.
It's a Factor 5 game though, which is interesting. Who did like Turrican and stuff like that. Another gross ad. That's the thing. Like all these ads always have like people putting gross stuff in their mouth.
Yeah. That's true. It's a big bug, too.
It is. So, I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but I'm not sure if I've even talked about this on stream, but I'm like really starting to sweat this whole cicada thing. Are you familiar with that?
With Coury. You mean like the bugs?
Yeah. So like in this area, every 17 years, like billions of cicadas like come to the surface of the ground and are flying around.
Okay.
Like billions of them. Apparently, like, so John Linneman used to live around here, and he's like, oh man, have you ever gone through the cicadas before? And I said, like, people have always told me about them, but they've never, like, it's never happened when they said it was going to. Now, I hate bugs. I hate like big bugs, especially.
How big is a cicada?
Look it up. Look them up. They're like enormous.
I'm looking at them right now. I don't know anything.
And the thing is they're just like dumb, and they like fly at people. Like they fly in your face and all this other stuff. And they were talking about it on NPR the other day. They were saying when they fly around in a big swarm, it's like louder than like an airplane flying overhead.
I've heard that because I think, I don't think they're that uncommon like on the East Coast, right? Like,
right. So I'm like really starting to sweat this whole thing.
How much warning do you get, like, when it is going to happen? Like, do you think it's just like one day they're all going to come out of the ground and do their thing, or do you think
they're like talking about it every day?
Is it like a groundhog where like it comes out and checks
every 17 years it happens? Pardon
my language. I know I get that, but I'm saying like if you knew like, oh, next week is going to be like, the cicada apocalypse or whatever, you could like, come hang out at my house or something. But I'm saying if it's just like you're sitting at your kitchen table, like drinking a coffee, and like you start hearing it, and then, okay, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm like, I'm terrified.
Yeah, somebody in the chat says get a flamethrower. Yeah, or just go buy a case of hairnet and a couple of lighters.
Well, I saw this thing, like, it's this thing you put over you. It's like a net. It looks like an upside down hamper.
Just get a beekeeper's outfit.
Yeah, yeah. But
or like, stay in your house.
But I gotta like mow the lawn and stuff.
Bro, you work from home, dude. Seriously, you're gonna be like, oh, there's a billion cicadas out there trying to eat my face, but like my wife says the lawn's getting a little bit too long.
I don't know. I
feel like you're overthinking this whole thing.
No, I'm like really like I've been sweating it for a little while, and now people are talking, like everyone I talk to who's like experienced it's like, oh yeah, it's horrible.
Well, I just feel like, you just told one of your like deepest, darkest fears to like 300 people. So like that's
Yeah.
probably not going to work out in your favor.
No, I mean I really hate big bugs.
Oh, I wouldn't like it either. Like I could imagine like those big black cockroaches, if there was like a million of them flying around, I would be freaking out.
Yeah. I mean, did you look them up? You see how big they are?
Yeah, I don't think they're that bad. But I mean, I get what you're saying. Like to me, like I don't know, I think they're kind of attractive as far as like a bug goes, like that could be worse. But, I'm also looking at a picture of one, right? Not a picture of
See if you can look on YouTube for like a video of a cicada swarm.
Well, I found a picture of like a brick wall with like 100 of them stuck to it, and that's starting to look like now I'm getting a little like unsettled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna YouTube for.
Like this is. I can't even explain to you just like how nervous I am about this.
Oh yeah, some channel just uploaded 5 days ago why billions of cicadas are about to emerge after 17 years. Oh, here, you should watch the next one. It says, "What if you were attacked by a swarm of cicadas?" You should watch that because hopefully there's some like tips in there. Oh, the third one says swarming cicadas in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm not making this up.
I know.
Oh, it's showing one of them like coming out of its thing. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, here we go. There's one called Cicada Invasion. I'm going to watch that. No, this isn't even really that bad. They're all just like chilling out on a tree trunk.
Yeah, I don't even think they serve any
never
purpose,
mind.
right?
They're all over the ground. Gross. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the hairnet and lighters idea.
I know they don't attack people, but I've heard people say like, "Oh, they're attracted to the noise of like lawnmowers and stuff."
Oh, then you should definitely not.
Well, I have an electric lawnmower, so hopefully it's not as.
You should take your lawnmower across the street to your neighbor's house and like run it over there.
I mean, every year at least one like wasp gets into like. It was in my old attic. We'd at least have one wasp a year in there, and I had a wasp in here last summer, and now I'm just thinking about like how that's gonna be nothing compared to like these freaking cicadas. I've been like thinking about it so much.
Yeah, I just posted a very helpful link in your chat.
Okay.
This is some boots on the ground video from the 2004 invasion. Oh, this guy's touching one. See, now you've upset me, and I don't even live there.
Sam, I'm more worked up about cicadas than I was about Cybernator last night. And honestly, yes, cicadas are terrifying. I see like same game, same name, different game is saying, like that they suck.
Wow.
I don't know. Like it is something that I've thought about constantly.
I don't blame you. And that's the worst thing is you don't know when they're coming, right?
It's literally going to be like in the next like month.
I'm saying it could be tomorrow. It could be 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, I mean everything is saying like they're coming. They're coming.
Yeah. Wow. They're
going to get you. I mean, louder than an airplane.
Well, All Night Petting Zoo said he or she, sorry, I shouldn't assume, lived through the 2004 invasion in Maryland. It's fine and it's really overblown. And to be honest, like all the videos I'm seeing, most of them really aren't that big of a deal. So I think, I feel like I don't know if you ever saw that Michael Caine movie. I think it was called like Swarm or something like that about killer bees. And I feel like in your head, that's what the cicada thing is going to be like. But I don't think that's really what it's going to be like. Oh, yeah. Someone says maybe get some frogs. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but they're so big, the frog could probably only eat one.
Well, no, you got to get like bullfrogs, man.
Okay, they probably eat two.
You know, or like some geckos.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Virtual Boy. I'm just going to move a little bit faster here. The screenshots are kind of cool. Oh, there's Cinescape magazine.
Oh yeah, have you gotten the issue yet?
I haven't. Now,
Yeah.
there was the person who was in the chat when we were talking about it said that they were gone. Or that they did
Who
not
was
have
gone?
them anymore, or that they were something else. But I should.
All Night Petting Zoo says maybe also right before watch the Roach episode of Creepshow. I was just talking about that to like somebody at work because she had to go get something out of like a storage room at work, and there was like this big fat roach in there, and it really freaked her out. And I told her about that. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's worse, you know? Like that would make you feel better. It's like, hey, whatever I got to go through is not as bad as what that guy went through.
Yeah. You remember that? You ever see that movie Joe's Apartment?
No.
It was like based on like a MTV skit, like all the roaches like have voices.
No.
But I mean, I just remember there's a lot of roaches, and they all like fall on this woman's head. They all dump out of this light into her hair and everything.
Hey, there's Mickey Mania though.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have the Sega CD version. Wasn't that? Or am I thinking of a different game? Didn't that come out on Sega CD?
Yeah, yeah. The Sega CD version, I think, is the best one.
Yeah.
Dark Seed, based upon the fantastic artwork of H.R. Giger. Oh, look at this. This game is called Fighting Polygon. I don't think that ever came out. Rockman 7. Rockman 7 or Mega Man 7 was made in like 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, you might want to like, you know, take some time and make sure that you got your basement like sealed up real good.
I mean, I have, but I mean, if I feel like they might be too big to really fit into any cracks like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm scared to death about it, everybody. I'm just gonna be honest. I am really, really afraid about it. Chrono Trigger, front mission. I wonder if a fan translation for the first front mission exists.
Probably. Find out.
Mark Stevens with $5 says, "I'll come down from Dayton and mow your lawn. Cicadas only come out at night." Okay, let's.
Not based on the videos I just watched. Yeah, I'm on romhacking.net, which is a good site. And it looks like that you can download a translation patch for that game.
Nice.
And in fact, it was released all the way back in September of 2001.
Oh.
So there you go. The translation, not the game. Obviously.
Chris Frats with $2 says, "I feel the same way about cicadas now." Yep.
This game looks pretty cool, man. It's front mission.
It does, yeah. I have Front Mission 3 on the PS1. Kirby 2. Super Bomberman 3 and Super Bomberman Panic W. Fatal Fury Special. So Fatal Fury Special is just a like the Street Fighter Championship edition of Fatal Fury.
Is it?
I guess.
I've really never played much Fatal Fury.
Oh man.
What?
Have we talked about Columbia House
we?
or BMG?
I don't remember, but we can talk about it again.
Did you get the free CDs? I mean, you could get 10
Oh, yeah.
CDs for the price of
Oh, yeah.
one. Nothing
Yeah.
more to buy ever.
I don't know if I did that particular one because I don't remember ever getting like 10 CDs at the same time, but
Yeah.
but at one point I was definitely, I joined either BMG or Columbia House.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's a good deal and everything, but like I buy a lot of CDs now. Like I go to the record store and buy like used CDs. And if I see like the BMG or Columbia logo on it, like, you're getting like a cheaper copy. Because I think that's how they were able to do it so cheap.
Oh,
is
really?
that they're the ones that publish the stuff. And so like you'd get it, but like, the booklet that you'd get with the CD didn't necessarily have all the stuff that you'd get if you bought the CD at retail,
Steven the Cicada says, "See you in a week, Corey."
Oh no.
Look at that user icon.
Yeah. Wow, somebody did that just for you. That's pretty funny.
So, I mean, look at these.
I mean, what do you got in there? I mean, 95, man. There was some
We got Soundgarden Super Unknown up here.
Yeah, I had just out of that middle thing, I for sure had Soundgarden, and then I had that Ace of Base CD, but I think my friend gave it to me as a gift. But I liked it, I probably wouldn't have bought it personally, but I listened to it. I can't make out what else is on there except no, Green Day right
Yeah,
down
Green
there.
Day Dookie.
I had that one. I did not have
Counting Crows' first album. Great
I
album.
didn't have that.
Really.
What are the other three? I can't even really tell.
Sheryl Crow.
I didn't have that.
The Reality Bites soundtrack.
I didn't have that either.
And Warren G. Is that Regulator?
Dude, I had that song stuck in my head yesterday.
I recently did.
I love that song.
And then we got of course, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Greatest Hits down here.
Yeah.
I never owned that, but I felt like everybody that I knew owned that just because I remember the music video for Mary Jane's Last Dance was off of that.
Wasn't Kim Basinger in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's dead.
Yeah.
Then over here we have
Is that 9 Inch Nails?
yeah, it's Downward Spiral there.
I had that one, yeah.
Collective Soul. I don't know if that's like their first one or what.
But see, that's like a good example because if I remember correctly, Downward Spiral came in like some sort of special
Like a
packaging.
slipcase, yeah.
But I bet if you got it from them, it probably just came in a jewel case. But I don't know that for a fact. But I'm saying that would be an example of the kind of thing they would do.
Aaliyah. Before Aaliyah died, I think she was in this movie with Jet Li called Romeo Must Die.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on TV a couple months ago, and I watched it, and it is way worse than I remember it being.
Sorry. But
And then there's
Jesus,
Amy
man,
Grant, and Amy Grant song played on the radio when I was in Home Depot last week.
oh yeah, look at you. Did you see? Did you run into Ben Shapiro there?
No.
Buying
What's he have to do with Home Depot?
Oh, I mean, people get mad when I talk about politics on the stream, but
Okay.
I mean, it's not really. It's just certain people are, you know, trying to boycott Home Depot. So then other people are trying to support Home Depot, which look, whatever. But it was just funny because, you know, I guess just to try to make his point or whatever, like Ben Shapiro like went to Home Depot and like literally just bought a piece of wood, like a little, you know, well, I want to go in there and buy something. And it's like, of
Just
all the
like he's
things, I mean,
supporting
Home
it or
Depot
something?
is like I mean, that place is like a square mile. Like there's no time when I couldn't walk into Home Depot and find a whole shopping cart full of things that I would need, right? But he just walks in there and is like, and so he gets a piece of wood and then has them put it in a Home Depot bag and then like goes out into the parking lot and like poses with it so that he can like, you know, tweet it out and, you know, whatever. It's just kind of, I just thought it was kind of funny. Like you can't go in there and buy like a drill or a nail gun or something, like something you're going to use, but whatever.
Like, but it's just a single, like a 2x4 or something.
It's not even a 2x4. It's like it's like a 2 foot or 3 foot by 1 foot, just like little like piece. It's like he went to the scrap bin of wood and like, oh, here's like a piece of plywood or something, and then like, you know, paid $1 for it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then goes outside. He's like, yeah, I'm supporting Home Depot, and I'm like, yeah, you're supporting with that little piece of wood, like. I don't know. It just shows how, like, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't matter if you're right wing, left wing, or it's just all those types of people are just so out of touch, you know?
I mean, one of the things that I have enjoyed since like being like moving into this house and kind of getting into like fixing stuff up.
Yeah.
Is I love to go to Home Depot and just like look at their clearance rack.
Sure.
Because I mean, there's always certain things that are, all this track lighting I have down here is like, was clearance. They were like $12 each, but then they're on clearance for $1.50.
Nice.
So I'm like, I'm going to buy all of them. And I went back 3 times to get more.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like, you know, my house is like almost 100 years old. So like, you know, I go to the hardware store like all the time to, you know, buy stuff to fix it. So like, if I was trying to like have some kind of photo op and I was like, well, I gotta go to the store and buy something, like I could go in there and actually buy something I needed, you know. But anyways,
I think,
how do we even get started talking about,
you know what we should do sometime is like look through like a 1993, 94, 95 like music magazine.
Oh, like Spin or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be very cool.
We can spin this thing off into looking at other magazines like Highlights, High Five.
Yeah. So I don't have Stereo Advisor. I took it upstairs. I'd pull that out again.
It's $5 from Marc Stevens saying, this is cool. I had a bunch of retro mags I sent to Retail Archaeology years ago. Did a video on one of them.
Yeah.
I should have done videos on them myself. Well, it's one of my personal greatest pleasures these days, I think. It's looking through.
It's
old
getting more
magazines.
popular, I notice, on YouTube. You know, people doing magazine read-throughs, which I think is cool. Like, you know, after you sent me that link the other day to, you know, somebody else doing one, you know, I was just thinking about it, and it's just like, I mean, I'm not saying that like I started because I did. I mean, I certainly did not invent this genre or whatever, but, you know, maybe I did something to help at least maybe popularize it a little bit. But, you know, I just think it's like a really cool, you know, because anybody, you know, pretty much anybody who has a YouTube channel, whether it's about games or about anything else, this is like an easy way. You know, you can make a cool video where you have more of a chance to just like be yourself. And like, I'm saying, like, you could even have a woodworking channel or something, and you could go get like some old woodworking magazine and like read through it, and like that's the kind of thing that, you know, your viewers would think was neat, you know.
Yeah. The knack is saying do the spot the difference page. So really quick, you want to do the spot the difference page.
The soccer ball,
the
the flowers, the
flowers.
food in the picnic baskets, the color of the chick's shirt, the color of the child's shirt. There's right behind the kid's head. On the left, there's a tree. On the right, there's not.
My wife really loves playing like the touch screen spot the difference things of like it's always like mostly naked women.
Yeah. Oh my God, things. What?
You know what I'm talking about? Like at bars and stuff. No. It has like spot the
number
difference.
of apples in the picnic basket on the left.
Yeah.
The next to the little bread baskets, it like that glass or whatever it is half full on the left and full on the right.
Or it's half empty.
Well, for me, it's half full. Maybe for you, it's half empty. I don't know. Oh, the lady, she's wearing earrings on the left and not on the right.
Oh, wow. You're good at this.
Yeah, it's a real gift.
Well, that was fun.
That's how I got my job, actually. Like,
I see that someone said Axel Kusanagi is asking, did you guys talk about Thousand Arms yet? Because I took a random photo from a magazine of Thousand Arms, and I don't think that Thousand Arms is going to be in this, but I guess I've never really played much of Thousand Arms, but I do own it. So we could like look at the packaging if you wanted us to for a minute. There's $2 from Ben B saying, it's late, go to bed. Seriously, it's past your bedtime. It is, you know, but look at this. We're like not even halfway there.
Oh Jesus, I didn't even want to ask.
Yeah, we're not like let's speed it up a little bit.
Well, but I feel like you get towards the back and then you get all like the tips section and stuff, and then it goes faster, you know. Nickelodeon guts.
There's this new documentary on Nickelodeon, like on Hulu or something like that I feel like I want to watch. Guts. Beavis and Butthead the game. Tail Fantasia. Not Tales of Fantasia. It's just Tail Fantasia. Beavis and Butthead. See, you'd have no idea that this was for this like plastic vest that has like a.
I mean, just looking at it, I don't really know. Oh, is this the thing we talked about last time you were saying where it's like strapping
you wear it and it has a speaker or something in it?
Yeah, I don't.
Super Chinese Land.
That's weird because like 2 pages again, pages ago it said something like Super Chinese Fighter or something like that, or. Yeah,
yep,
see?
Super Chinese Fighter. Super Chinese Land. Oh, Burn Cycle. I talked a little bit about Burn Cycle on the game commercials of 1994 video. I would love to do something like that again.
I just picked up my first CDI game the other day.
Really? Was it Burn Cycle?
No, it was some football game.
You know, I have a CDI game. You want to see what it is?
Of course.
If I can find it.
Yeah, dingus, me too. I like super Chinese food. The best place to get Chinese food around here is at this gas station. It's really good. I'm not making that up. It's like a gas station with a takeout Chinese food like attached to it. But it's like the most authentic Chinese food you can get around here. This is taking you a really long time. This better be really, it better be good.
Give me one more second.
Like, I'm not entertaining enough to keep this many people watching your stream in your absence.
I know.
Like, I don't even know the first thing about 8.7 or whatever. So
I'm not gonna be able to find it. Well, it could be in here.
you want to give us a hint?
Whatever. I thought I had it out here, but I don't. All it is like it's like an interactive CD of the Cranberries.
Oh,
The band The Cranberries.
hey, do you ever watch those YouTube videos? Like, there's a few channels doing the same thing where, like, I guess they must live in like different parts of Southeast Asia, but like their whole channel is like they just go like record like some street vendor like making street food and then like edit it together. It's like the most entertaining thing to watch because it's like food you didn't know existed, and then like you're watching people make it. You know, like
No,
there's one I watched like called like the channel's called like Yummy Boy, which is a weird, but it's a really good show. Like you watch them making all kinds of like cool stuff, and you're like, man, I wish you can't even get that here. Unless maybe if you live in like San Francisco or something, I guess, but certainly not where I live. But yeah, so handheld gaming fan says I managed to grab an analog NT Mini version 2. I appreciate the review of it in here. Maybe you want to pull the trigger on it. Yeah, I just bought one too. And yeah, I mean, watching Coury and Try's video is extremely helpful to just help make sure you get the most out of it. Which, when you drop that kind of money on a console, you want to make sure you get the most out of it. So,
what was the first thing you played on it?
So it's funny you should ask. The first thing I played on it, I'm holding it up to the camera. I don't know if you can see, but it's not. Doesn't seem like it wants to focus. It's called Log Jammers.
Oh, okay.
Which is like not the porno movie within a movie from Big Lebowski.
That's log jamming.
Log jamming. But yeah, that was just because my friend Alex, who is the creator and co-host of Retro Game Squad, sent me that as like a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was sitting on my desk. I was like, I told him, because I knew the NT Mini was coming. And I said, I'm going to wait till that gets here and pop it in. So that was the first game I played. And then the second game I played was Castlevania 3, which I guess is, better.
Good choice.
Although, I mean, Log Jammers is pretty neat too. It's really fast, so it's hard, but it seems like a neat game.
That's like by the same people who made like Coffee Crisis and stuff, right?
I think so. It's like that Mad Cat Studios or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they made Coffee Crisis.
I skipped over the Art of Fighting 2 stuff. Sorry.
I'm okay with that.
Mickey Mania again.
You know what was funny about Mickey Mania is like, when I did that Sega Genesis video, like I mentioned, I asked, and I really was asking, but I was like, do kids today even really know who Mickey is? And I got like a ton of comments in the video that yes, they do. Like, I just didn't know, like, is Mickey Mouse even still relevant anymore? But
absolutely.
Because, like, I mean, I don't have kids, so like, I don't know, I don't know what kids watch, but I don't feel like you ever hear much about Mickey, but I guess Mickey's still around. Somebody in the chat, Axel Kusanagi, says, how much longer until more FPGA consoles come out to compete with analog? Well, I mean, you have the AVS, so
yeah,
that's
and
one.
AVS, I mean, some people will say that it's, in some ways, it's more, especially like in the sound, that it's more accurate than the.
Yeah,
than the
I mean,
NT.
I almost bought one. Like, I seriously considered getting one for a long time, but yeah. I mean, I don't really even know why I bought this thing, but because they're going to come out. I'm sure that analog's going to come
like
out
a smaller,
with
like plastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
that's what
something
I
that will-
would want.
something
like
that'll go
smaller.
along with like the Super NT and Mega SG, but whatever.
But the Noir stayed in stock for a while when they did it. Like sold them again,
Yeah,
right?
it's funny because like, I got up and like at 8 a.m. I'm like, I'm sitting there like a neurotic squirrel, like trying to add it to my cart and everything. And then I had to sit there and wait 20 minutes for my turn to pay. And then like that night I came home from work. I'm like, I don't even know why. I was just curious, but I went onto their online store and like you could totally still buy one.
But the Super NT sold out
Oh,
really quick.
the Super NT was sold out right away. And then immediately there was just tons of people's pre-orders for sale on eBay, which, I mean, it sucks, but that's the problem. When you don't make something available enough, that's going to happen,
Yeah.
Which I don't understand because, like, I remember, like,
Well, I think they are legitimately trying to do better. I just think that because of
no, I
what's
know,
happening with, like,
I don't think they're doing it on purpose, but I don't understand, like, because it seems like this goes back since before the pandemic, but like, because I have a Mega SG and I have a Super NT, and I purchased both of them. Like, Analog's never sent me anything. But in neither case did I like go, okay, I have to be sitting in front of my computer at such and such a time. Like for both of them, I just like randomly logged on to their website and just like clicked buy and bought it. So this whole thing of like not being able to get those systems is not how it used to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if there wasn't like this challenge, like with like the chips happening,
Yeah.
like I think that they would probably have more available.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's doing it on purpose just because there's no way he's not basically costing himself money by not having enough stock available. So I don't think it's an intentional thing. I mean, I know I've dunked on that guy a lot on Twitter, and like some of it, in my opinion, is deserved, but I don't think he's trying to do this artificial scarcity thing because he's definitely losing sales because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are these all the exact same games?
These are the same games. You got four. Jeez, it's coming apart here. Like the glue is
stop being
apart.
so heavy-handed with stuff? Jesus, that's like it's like a collector's item. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, these are the same game.
I don't think that's a real coupon, by the way. I saw you pointing that out.
The 4
I think
cents
that's like a gag.
off of Mayo.
Yeah, that's not an actual brand, even.
The trick of the month is from VR Stalker.
Although, if you go on double coupon day, I mean, 8 cents is better than a slap in the face,
Might and Magic 3. Look at this guy. It looks he looks strangely proportioned.
Yeah.
Doesn't his head look it looks way big for his body, doesn't it?
Like, I always feel bad making fun of stuff like that because, like, however bad that looks, it's 10 times better than anything I could draw. But, like, my drawings are not appearing in magazines either. So
no. But they liked it so much they straight up put it on the cover of the game.
Yeah.
And the game is like a spaceship. Mode 7 game.
I'm not going to say I've never heard of it, but I don't remember hearing about it, and I've certainly never played it.
Oh, Blackthorn.
Did
you ever play Blackthorn?
Are you kidding me? That was like, I played the crap out of that game on PC.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I always thought it was so awesome that he could like just shoot behind him without looking.
Like the no look shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could kill the hostages too.
Yeah, see, I don't like I used to always feel really bad. Like sometimes I would accidentally shoot one, and I would like feel like crap about it.
WCW Super Brawl. See, I didn't even remember WCW being big enough to have a game at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember WCW just because.
Well, yeah, I remember like when
super into
a lot of WWF wrestlers went there.
Yeah,
when Hulk Hogan was like Hollywood Hulk Hogan and stuff.
Yeah.
Super Return of the Jedi. I have a real soft spot for all three of those, although they were really cranking them out at the end.
Yeah. I mean, the only one I played back in the day was the first one because I remember my friend
First one's
Richard
the
came
best one
over
for
and
sure, I
like
think.
he like came over and spent that at my house. You know, I think we were like freshmen or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, you know, he like I didn't have a Super Nintendo, but like, you know, he came over and had a Super Nintendo, and I remember he had a Super Scope, and so he had like Super Scope 6, and of course he had Mario World, and then he brought over. So whenever this was, it was like after the Super Scope came out and after Super Star Wars came out. But I just remember, like, I know it's just like a side-scrolling action game, but you know, I just remember even just being blown away, like, you know, some of the sound effects, you know, sounded like they were straight out of the movie, and like,
And
whoa,
just
that's
like
so
seeing
awesome.
the text, like having the Mode 7 effect on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that playing Super Star Wars, the first one,
Yeah.
is like what got me back into Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
I have that VHS.
Oh yeah, you know, well,
Do you have that up on
this one here?
on your B-roll channel?
Well, that's not the VHS. That's the actual game, but I do have the VHS.
You sure? Oh, sorry. It looks like. Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know. Because I think the dimension looks a little bit strange, so it looked like the VHS tape.
Everyone who is like is like watched a lot of the stuff on the channel will know that I talk about how the VHS showed up on the same day as as Jurassic Park came out on VHS. And there's this blooper that I could not I could not say in like it showed up in my mailbox, right? But that's when I could only say it with like an accent for some reason, and it was like killing me. Where I was saying in my mailbox. And it's like literally like a 5-minute outtake in one of our blooper reels of me just like, I can't say it because I keep on saying in my mailbox.
You know, I would do blooper reels on my show, but I just don't have bloopers.
Well, if you get a chance, if you go to our bonus playlist, you look up bloopers number 2, and it's in there, and it's like 5 minutes long.
I was just joking anyway. I have plenty of.
Do you save them?
What's that?
Do you save them?
No, because like, you know, where I have, because, you know, I don't do very much on camera stuff. Like on my side channel I do, but I don't edit those really that much. Like I don't have bloopers for those. But like when I'm recording voiceover, like for the main channel, there are tons of bloopers, but like I could never make a blooper reel out of that because they tend to get pretty filthy. Like kind of like, you know, to make another Bob Uecker reference, it's something like, you know, it gets to like that, you know.
Yeah.
So just because I think for me, kind of helps, you know, get me, like if I can't, like after 2 or 3 times I can't get a sentence out, you know, a few F-bombs or something somehow like hits the reset button for me, you know, and then I can get it right.
Well, you should definitely watch the In My Mailbox one because people will talk about that. Like people talk about it in our Discord like all the time.
But you're saying that's on your other channel?
It's on the main channel, but it's unlisted in the but on the front page of the channel there's like a bonus material playlist.
Oh, okay.
It has like all of our like video logs and stuff like that. Like if
it's with the video logs, all right.
People have not seen our bonus playlist, it's like literally like hours of stuff.
Wow. So for people out there that didn't know about it, you now have like hours of new content to watch.
Yeah, there's there's a behind the scenes playlist and a like bonus material playlist.
Blooper reels, panel discussions. Wow, look at all that. Audio commentary. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, sorry. I'll keep that open for later viewing. I didn't mean to close that. All right. See, I feel like
that's major news.
You upload like too much unlisted stuff. I don't get that. Like you make all your live streams.
Well, we don't want to like dilute our edited material, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that's why I have a second channel. Yeah, like I'll just do whatever I want over there. You know,
I mean that makes sense.
It's the Wild West. Sorry, I know this is not my channel, but just says he's asked twice. Brian North. Yeah, I haven't the next flashback. Like I already know what it's going to be about. I just need to finish making my notes for it. It's going to be a good one. Not really.
Yeah, but if you go, yeah, I can link it also if you want me to link the playlist.
Well,
you guys go to the front page of the channel and see it there.
No, I already have it open. Let me just do it real fast. Done.
Out of this world. Pac-Man 2. Like, is there any sequel that is weirder? Like, is far from a is as far of a departure from the original game than Pac-Man 2?
Well, how is Miss Pac-Man not Pac-Man 2? And then how is like Junior Pac-Man not Pac-Man 3?
They're like spin-offs.
And then there's Super Pac. I mean, this should be like Pac-Man 6 or something by now.
Yeah, but I mean, like straight up going, like making this game and being like, we're gonna call it Pac-Man 2.
But see, shouldn't it be more like Pac-Land 2? Because it's more of a sequel to Pac-Land.
No, right? I mean, Zelda 2, yes, Zelda 2 is a big departure from the first one, but I mean, it's not going from like...
Zelda 2 is awesome.
Yeah, but that I think that departure is not even nearly as close as Pac-Man the Pac-Man 2.
Hey, there's FIFA International Soccer for the 3DO.
Awesome.
It was just they basically like redid it for the PlayStation.
There is $5 from Terminal Philosophy with the Rick Deckard avatar saying, "Hi Coury and Chris. I look forward to a lunar episode one day by Coury. I also like your channel, Chris. It would be cool to see a Mario RPG stream."
I do have that game.
It's good. I've only played through it once.
I bought that game in like 2005 or something. Like there was this video store in my neighborhood that was going out of business.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, this was in like 2005. And so they were selling off all their rental video games and they were still renting out like 16-bit games. So like, I don't remember what else I got, but I got a bunch of games there that, you know, they were selling them for like next to nothing. And one of them was Super Mario RPG.
That's a good deal. I mean, I think I paid.
You wouldn't expect that they would still even, because that means that in like 2003 or 2004, you could still walk in there and rent a Super Nintendo game. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining. That sounds awesome, but you know, because it was like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah. I'm just kind of skipping through these until I see something.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
That's kind of cool.
That looks neat. Those are the kind of thing I would find at a thrift store and be like really excited about.
It's not reality. It's new reality.
Yeah. Viewpoint. You know, when people talk about like you know, like the worst video game box art ever, nobody ever mentions Viewpoint.
That's pretty bad.
But it tells you nothing about what that game is like at all. It's like Phalanx or whatever, where it's the old guy with the banjo.
But I mean, at least with that, they were like, we're just going to do this.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shooters out on different systems at that time. We're just going to do something
I don't remember, because that was a 1995 PlayStation release too, but I don't know what the box art looks like.
It's better than this for sure.
Oh yeah, it's way better. Although it's kind of like a screenshot of the game, which is kind of... No, it's not. No, that's pretty good box art, actually. Yeah. They should have done that. Anyway. I've never played the Genesis version. So.
I'm not going to sit, but I'm going to, like, kneel on this chair.
Squat.
Don't mind.
See, this is why I knew the standing thing was not going to be a good idea.
I'm just going to kneel for a little bit.
Nobody can stand for that long.
Well, if it wasn't a concrete floor, it'd be easier. Maybe next time I should put a little rug, like a rug down or something. GameSack
is here saying a very GameSacky thing. said it's literally, viewpoint.
viewpoint. It's pointing.
It's pointing
into
at the eye's view. Artists took it way literally.
That's true. I mean,
Indeed.
Incoming for the Saturn and PSX.
I didn't know there were PGA Tour
the Road
golf
Rash
games
on
like
on the Game Gear, and like there's like a Master System version of Road Rash. It's really impressive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should check those out.
Time Cop.
Hey, can you scoot the magazine up a little bit?
Oh,
you
sorry.
Slipped it down out of the frame.
Sorry, I'm just adjusting myself. Now I'm way up here.
Don't tell people you're adjusting yourself. What's the matter with you?
Yeah. It's $5 from Chris Fratt saying, TBF, I assume that's To Be Frank. Perfect Dark basically has the same art as Viewpoint for its box. It does, but for some reason it makes more sense on there. Microplay video games, just like a store.
No, I've never heard of it. It looks like one.
Look at this guy, straight out of the movie Time Cop. This guy right here.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that the game is called Time Cop. I think there's
no. I'm kidding. He like, oh, to be
so
fair, not to be fair, not Frank. Okay, I mean that makes sense. TBF. Sorry. No, look at this guy. He looks.
What
like
happened to your cool phone thing we did last time?
I just don't have it set up right now.
Yeah.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
You know, straight out of that movie. You know, don't you remember that character in the movie Time Cop?
I am not.
That's the movie where Jean-Claude Van Damme, the floor is going to get electrified, and he jumps up and does a split between two kitchen counters.
That's a neat party trick.
Oh, look at this, though. This never came out. I remember they kept on delaying it, and then it never came out. I wonder if there's some sort of prototype of that anywhere.
I'm on it.
You know, it's worth the wait, and then it never comes out.
Yet.
The ad did not age well. No proto release yet, I don't think. Okay. I would be really interested to
Hey, somebody is selling that page of that magazine on eBay for $10. So, you know, I'm just saying if you're going to keep being heavy-handed with the magazine and rip pages out, at least you can get some money for it.
Yeah, 377 from Seven Kurgand. Thank you. But no message. You know, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, not talking about this version, but I was playing on the Mister. I was playing the arcade version.
Yeah.
And that game has a heck of a soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
If you ever get a chance to play it, you should.
See, what is this? They tell you you're going to get a real special on the 3DO, but you have to call to hear what it is.
Well, I mean, they're not going to give it away.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't mean that, but I'm saying like you think that they would just tell you like, oh, it's $100 cheaper.
The 3DO is up to 50 times more powerful than ordinary video game systems and PCs.
And PCs.
Up to 50 times.
Yeah.
Ordinary. Rise of the Robots. I never played the first one, but it was famous because you couldn't. It's a fighting game where you can't jump. I remember them making a big deal, or somebody making a big deal about it. I'm only starting to go faster because like the place where I bit my tongue is like kind of swelling up from talking so much, I think. Crime Patrol. This game is kind of expensive on the Sega
I just
CD.
figured you were going faster because all of the games are suddenly very crappy.
And it's also it's after 7:30 and we're so I'm not going to call the number for the 3DO. Chris can if he wants. You want to call this number?
I mean, not...
Captron, your game headquarters.
Yeah, what's the number? 1-800 what?
1-800-262-7462.
Welcome to America's hottest talk line. Guys, hot ladies are waiting to talk to you. Press 1 now. Ladies, to talk to interesting and exciting guys free. Press 2 to connect free now. Guys, press 1 now. Ladies, press 2 now.
There you go. Couldn't have scripted that better if you tried. It's funny because earlier somebody in the chat says like it seems like every 800 number you try to call now is an adult line.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the real special you get when you try to call. That's their bonus offer.
Yeah.
Stargate. Good movie. But
yeah,
I mean,
I saw that one in the movie theater. Yeah.
Same here.
Did you ever watch the show, that Stargate SG-1?
I did not. I mean, I watched maybe like a couple of bits and pieces of it, but I never watched a full episode, I don't think.
Say, Coury, do you use official Classic Gaming Quarterly beverage coasters to protect your precious furniture from cold beverages? Anyway, sorry.
No, but I do use an official Classic Gaming Quarterly mouse pad.
That's true. That's one of only 2 in existence.
Okay.
Oh, GameSack. Joe says after you're done, send me a picture of your setup for the camera, looking at the magazine.
I might be able to show it. Let me see if I can.
Might rip off your and Chris's ideas and claim it as my own. No, that's like what I was saying earlier. Like, everybody should be doing this kind of stuff. Because everybody's going to have like a slightly different, take on it.
If you give me a second, I might be able to show you. See if this will work.
You have that thing coming out of your ceiling, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my setup is much more convenient.
I will show you right now if you want to see it. So I can. Here we go. All right. Does everyone see that?
In like a tiny window.
Well, it's going to get bigger.
I hope so.
So, yeah, I mean, I took this monitor mount and I mounted it to like the floor joists.
Yeah.
So it like comes down. I got the cameras right here and the microphone, and
I mean, it's pretty much like the 180 degree
right
version of what I have, because I use the same type of monitor mount thing, but mine's just, it's the same mount that my monitors are mounted to. I just have another arm up there for a camera.
Yeah, might not be that exciting, but.
And you use the, built-in microphone on your Zoom like a plebeian.
Yeah, it's just all I'm using. I can see it here. I can see the phone. Just using NDI. It's like a free plug-in. You might have to buy an app for your phone to do it, but it's kind of cool. I was using it where you can get real close to stuff.
Yeah.
Before. Anyway, stop that. the fake wood paneling.
It's key, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit in the like studio tour video that I'll eventually do. But in the old house, I had it like mounted to the wall like Tri does. But here I didn't want to do that, so I guess I can. Let me just turn it on real quick, I guess. I mean, I'm just kind of admitting that we're probably not going to finish this magazine. Like, so I built like a frame out of PVC pipe. So that's just like the background.
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you look behind it, it's like my sump pump and everything is in this like little thing back there. So it also helps to, stop the noise from it. AirPlay might work, but I mean I'm just using. This is all on PC, but NDI is also would work on that. It's cool. You can send different sources like that. Anyways, sorry.
You might think about just running a broom around down there.
Yeah, but I mean the kids. Like
yeah, I heard like
here
cicadas feed off of like household dust, so you're like.
I don't have slippers on because I actually I had shoes on all day and I took off the shoes right before this.
What's wrong with socks? That's all I'm wearing.
Yeah, but my feet get real cold.
My socks have hops on them though, so I'm pretty cool.
Got some DKC.
Yeah.
I do not have a real wall of wood paneling. Tri has like a whole room that he built or furnished in a way that is completely wood paneling. But I mean, this is what I did. For here, at least. Anyways, we got lots of Donkey Kong Country stuff and lots of Earthworm Jim. Now, I can't go barefoot, even like, because this floor is so cold and because of my Reynolds, like my feet get really cold too. Look at that. That's actually pretty awesome.
I just don't like being barefoot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I hate sleeping in socks though.
Oh yeah, I don't like that. But I don't like walking around my house barefoot. I like putting some socks on.
Yeah, same here. But that's
plus
actually pretty cool.
My whole house is like hardwood floors. So that way I can just risky business it around my whole house. With a good pair of slippery socks on.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is here too. It's almost all hardwood.
Yeah.
But this is pretty sweet, isn't it? Like this map, it just goes together.
That is very. Is that hand drawn?
No, it's just a screenshot.
Do you think it's stitched together? I can't tell.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely stitched together. I mean it shows you how far they had come, or like the technology had come since like those maps of Phantasy Star 2, like early on in the magazine, where it's just like clearly photographs that they took from high up.
Yeah.
Put together. Or photographs that they put together and then took a high up picture of all of them together. I have never finished this game.
Same.
Oh, look, we got a Ridge Racer interview.
Well, and that's pretty cool because this is, many months before the North American launch of the PlayStation. So
yeah. Oh, the PCFX. Is that really what it's like? Like the CD drive is like that? Where it opens.
I mean, I've never seen one in person before, but that looks pretty neat. Yeah. I said I've never seen a PCFX in person before. Like I have like this probably incorrect notion that like all it is like a bunch of like soft core porn games.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but
It's pretty cool looking, actually. I didn't realize that's what the CD drive was like.
there's the stupid controller for the Duo RX.
GameStack, since you're here, would you ever want to join Chris and I on one of these read-throughs?
I mean, or you can take my place. I mean, clearly I'm not
I think it'd be
that
fun to have
entertaining.
all three of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Hey.
They got a whole walkthrough for Snatcher.
Ooh, that's a no.
Maybe. I think that he probably feels like, oh, it's a long commitment.
It really is.
Yeah. But not all of our magazines are this long either. Oh, look at this. We got even a Snatcher interview. This is kind of cool, actually. I'm going to have to read this later.
Thank you for calling Answer Connect Sales Line. This is Ty. How may I help you?
Sorry, I dialed the wrong number.
Oh, no problem. Have a great day.
You too.
Did you just call Radical FX?
Yeah, but I didn't even hear what she said.
I don't know. I am surprised. Wherever you just called was still open.
Yeah, true.
Maybe one of the thinner magazines like Mega Player, Super Player, something similar. Okay. Killer Instinct. Here's this ad again. Team EGM.
It's just like sports stuff.
Yeah.
Anything good?
What's this?
NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Yeah.
I can't tell what the... Oh, All-Star Hockey.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting having that same... That's like the same view as like, NBA Live 95 or something. I don't know what you... That's isometric or... I don't know.
Which one? The
hockey game?
Oh, the hockey game. It's Brett Hall 95
Oh.
from Accolade. I mean, you kind of like Accolade. I feel like you...
Yeah, I got a weird thing. Like, I like to collect Genesis Accolade games. But, I mean, not so much the sports games. Oh, there's a golf game that I should get.
Huh?
There's a Accolade. I think Jack Nicklaus for the Genesis came out in a cardboard box. I should pick that up.
ESPN Hockey Night. Super Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Super Bowl 2. WCW main event. Was this like Fire Pro elsewhere? Was Fire Pro even a thing yet?
I thought it was, didn't
Because it seems like that would...
That looks like the same view as Fire Pro.
There's Brett Hall 95.
Yeah, Joe says Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, I was just talking about the TurboGrafx 16 version of Jack Nicklaus on my show. But it would be cool to pick up the Genesis.
You talked about every
version.
PC Engine and TurboGrafx golf game.
Well, that's true, yes. But Jack Nicklaus was among them.
Think you can get it inside mine?
That's very
what's
dirty.
What's his name? It's like the Saturn.
Who?
Golf
what are you
game.
talking about? Huh?
The Saturn golf game with the one guy. I can't. What?
Oh, the Walrus?
Yeah.
Craig Statler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was like so funny when I made that video. Because I thought, I don't know if you remember, but I said, oh, I had Craig the Walrus Statler, and then I'm editing the video, and I'm like, how cool would it be if I could find a picture of a walrus with a microphone in front of it, and then sure enough, I look on Google Images and find a picture of a walrus with like a shotgun microphone in its face. So, that's not the kind of thing I would have expected to be able to find. So,
the walrus.
Yeah, because it just looks like a walrus, Joe says, I remember writing to Accolade and asking them if a save file from the Hue card Jack Nicklaus could be used on the CD version. They said no.
It's cool.
They
replied.
Did you really do that? I'm not sure if I believe you.
Road Rash 3. I think is a significant downgrade from the first two.
Like, were you really into that? Like, were you playing Jack Nicklaus on your TurboGrafx when you were a kid? And was that like you were trying to decide if you wanted to get the CD version, but the save file thing was like the sticking point?
We wanted to carry over those.
I'm just surprised because nobody ever has anything good to say about that game. So I'm assuming that if you were even asking that question, you must have thought it was okay. I really like that game, so. In fact, did I show you? I bought a sealed copy of it for the PC.
Yeah, well, you said talk me out of buying this or something like that. I was like, give me a reason.
Well, nobody
why I should
did,
buy
so
this.
nobody talked me out of it, so I bought it. I haven't even opened it yet. So,
are you gonna play it?
Oh yeah, I got to get my Tandy 1000 set up.
This is the Genesis version of Quarterback Club. Is like the only Genesis game I've ever really run into at like Goodwill and stuff. I've run into that one multiple times.
Yeah, I think I mentioned on our last stream that was the game I used as a to get
for your EverDrive,
donor shell for my original EverDrive. Yeah.
NHL All-Star Hockey. Tennis. Brett Hall.
Oh, there was that bat controller, right? On the last page?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I bet that sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can only show it in a drawing.
Yeah.
Oh, here's this thing. Didn't you say this thing never came out?
Yeah, I thought I looked it up and it never came out.
And you realize it was never released? I mean, it's kind of a gross ad.
Kind of. A little bit.
The art on that bat controller ad reminds me of the in-game art on the 3DO Road Rash, which I really like. Try really does not like the art or the.
I was just playing that. I was just playing the PlayStation version of that game today, and I think it has the same artwork, isn't it? Because I mean, isn't the PlayStation version just sort of like a port of the 3DO version?
Yes. Yeah. I think I'm. Wait, you were playing which version? The PS1 version?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same game.
Yeah.
But I love the way that artwork looks in that game. But I remember I have talked about it, and he does not like how those like caricatures look.
Maybe he just thinks it's slightly the wrong aspect. Maybe if it was slightly corrected, he would like it better.
Oh, here's what you're talking about.
What was I talking about?
Home Improvement.
It was the cover story, or it was on the cover. That's all. Like, I don't know. How would you, like, if somebody came to you and was like, hey, we need you to design a video game based on Home Improvement, like, what would you even do?
Probably this.
Like, but looking at that, like, it has nothing to do with Home Improvement, I would think that, like, you could take, like, an idea like The Incredible Machine and kind of riff on that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Tim makes all of these, like, crazy, you know, gadgets and whatnot. Tim has to sell everyone cocaine.
You get weapons like the laser blade in it, and the electron
Yeah.
gun. I never watched the show, so I can't.
What?
Tell you.
Oh
No,
my god, I
it's
love
like-
that show.
Didn't really watch it.
Wow.
Let's make the Tim noise.
Yeah.
Ogre battle. I bet you the Super Nintendo version of this is pretty expensive now.
Oh yeah, you think so? What's the?
I bet it is. I know that the PlayStation version is expensive. Are you looking it up? Oh, I thought you
No,
were-
I mean I'm sure that it's very expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't think it needed to be confirmed really.
Ignition Factor. I never played it. Is this like a firefighting
No.
game?
I figured it's more like about engine tuning or something.
It looks like firefighting to me
I was just joking.
with plastic explosives.
It's about like setting the proper gaps on your spark plugs or something. Yes, Zane's dad. Thank you. In fact, I do have a huge bladder. It runs in the family.
Yep. I mean, I have a sizable bladder myself, but my wife does not have a large bladder. So my daughter has a large bladder, and my son does not. So I get like both of them.
Never
get
heard of
something
that
from
one.
One of us. The Savage Empire. Look at how like nothing here would like sell me on this game.
No?
No, it doesn't just like look incredibly boring. From these screenshots, at least.
Sorry, somebody in the chat wanted to know what beer I was drinking. It's a limited release, so that's very fancy. It's this, Deschutes brewery, which is in like Central Oregon. And this is limited release Neon Daydream Hazy Ale.
Ah.
I just kind of got it because like the label has kind of like this. Well, you can't really tell. It just kind of has like an Outrun looking kind of color scheme, and I don't know what the hell hazy ale is, but it's pretty good.
That's a little bit too low, but whatever. I'm sitting now, in case you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, it was like pretty much the top of your head.
Savage
for a
Empire
while
is
there.
free on Good Old Games.
Well, there you go.
Mega Bomberman. Mega Bomberman.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the death and rebirth of Superman. I guess Superman dies on level 2.
Oh yeah.
I bet he comes
Oh,
back
yeah.
by level 8.
So who do you play as when Superman dies?
I think you play as all the different Supermen.
I don't even know.
Like
what that
like
means.
Steel, Superboy,
I really don't know anything about
the guy with
Superman.
like the visor glasses. The guy's like half cyborg. This guy right here.
Like Dr.
Cyborg
Doom or
Superman.
something? All right, I don't know anything about.
Mighty Max. Looks kind of like, well, here it looks like Heart of the Alien, kind of. But bad. Cosmic Carnage. Another fighting game that I've never... I mean, I guess I played it to, like, capture footage from it before, but I can't...
Yeah.
It's no... I'm not gonna play any game without a character. I'm only gonna play fighting games that have characters named Truck Davis in it.
I already forgot the name of the game, even though we were just
I
watching
know
it.
it's like Tattoo something, but I will
Oh,
never.
yeah.
I will never forget Truck Davis.
Like Tattoo Killers or something like that. Or... I mean, that might literally be the worst game I've ever seen. I couldn't believe, like I thought that the farting was going to be like the low point, and it wasn't even. Like, oh, it gets worse.
Look at this. It's like, here's a sample of what the cover art will look like when it hits stores, and it's like literally just like the same key art used for everything.
Yeah.
Samurai Showdown related.
Like, why even put it in there?
I don't know.
No,
It's
like-
we got this little gap, and I feel like this drawing this mock-up
Yeah.
probably took longer to put in here than just like having another screenshot right there.
That's what I was going to say. Like, just fill that space with something else.
I mean, it's like it's exactly where this image is from. It's like, oh, good. Now I know what to look for. Man,
Isn't this like the third like long form feature about Fatal Fury in this magazine?
specifically about Special, it seems like.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Sega CD. You know, we got a copyright strike against
Really?
one of, well, not, I mean, we got, like we got monetization removed from the video where we live stream this
Wow.
game.
Well, at least that's all you got. I mean,
Yeah.
remember when Smoke Monster got banned from YouTube for a month?
For what was it for?
He was playing X-Files on the PS1.
Dang.
Poor
I guess
Smoke Monster.
I know not to play
Yeah,
that.
steer clear of that game.
Yeah. So I was not in the Power Rangers. I feel like I was too old to be into it.
No, well, I told my story about why I hate Power Rangers last time, but yeah, that too. I mean, I feel like at the time this came out, like I was only even watching cartoons in the morning just because like I loved watching Ninja Turtles, and I've been watching it for like years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when this came on, I was like, I don't know what this is, but maybe I just quit watching TV in the morning. I don't even remember.
Echo 2. I've never really
Did that-
played this one very much.
Did that come out on Sega CD?
It did, yeah.
No, I don't remember ever seeing that. I remember the first one coming out on Sega CD, but
Pitfall, The Mine Adventure.
sorry, you saw you got $5, right?
Oh, that's right, from Axel
Lord.
Kusanagi. Thank you. Saying, who remembers Tips and Tricks magazine? They used to advertise mod chips and imports. I remember the magazine, but I don't remember that. I never bought it, I guess, because Tips and Tricks was never like the reason I bought any magazines. $1.99 from Gaming Blows. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Saying stressful day. Thanks for the relaxing stream.
Even salty guy, he said.
Even salty guy.
Even salty guy.
Samurai
See,
Showdown
I
2.
think-
It's just like a
I
lot of
think
the
I-
same games over and over and over again.
Yeah. I think I act more salty when I'm streaming with you because it's like, like not a bad cop, but like you're like nice, and so I just try to like naturally balance it out. Like I think if I'm streaming by myself, I don't think I'm salty.
It's a you like to give me a gentle ribbing now and then.
I don't care for the way that sounds, but sure.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Great soundtrack on that one though. Street Fighter Unplugged? What is this?
Yeah, hey, we should start calling when we stream together. We should start calling it like sweet and salty.
Yeah. Why do all my lights just dim a little bit?
I don't know, but I agree that it was already a dim picture too, even though you don't think so.
Maybe I have something set up.
Maybe the cicadas are chewing through your power
stop.
lines.
Stop it. That is not what I need to hear. Brighten it up a little bit. Probably 'cause it's 1 a.m. It happened right at 1, basically, so it's got to have something to do with that. Ooh. Street Fighter, the movie soundtrack.
Is that... Well, it says what's on there, right? You get some...
Features
Ice Cube,
Dion
Far
Hammer,
Side,
Ice
Public
Cube,
Enemy.
Craig Mack, Far Side,
Cool J.
Public Enemy, LL Cool J, and more. Not exactly the kind of music you'd expect from Street Fighter the movie. Need for Speed 1. I think it's a pretty good game.
Oh yeah, it's a fun game. That game's got like super cheesy cutscenes in it.
Yeah. But I mean, we used to go and play this game at this store called Zappers, where you could pay 50 cents to play for an hour. Any game.
Oh yeah, you were talking about Zappers in the last stream. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can.
They actually had a 3DO.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had like every system.
That's pretty cool.
But I like that you could turn around.
Yeah.
And if you drive the other way against traffic and you hit a car head on, you'd like really go flying then.
How do you, like, as like a business like that, like how do you make money charging people 50 cents an hour to play a $600 video game console?
I don't know. They're not around anymore, so that's probably a reason why.
We just got $2 from Ben B, who says, "Fine, if you don't go to sleep, then I will for you."
We're closing. I'm rolling on page 255.
It's too much.
Shockwave, Operation Jumpgate, Shanghai Triple Threat. Another one of these. They're still around.
Is there a phone number on there? No.
I don't see one.
No.
You're like all about the phone numbers, though.
Yeah.
I mean, when we get to the ads...
Except I feel bad that I called that second number and a person answered. Like I just wasted somebody's time.
Did this come out, Zool 2?
Pretty sure.
Because I had the first Zool. There's $2 Canadian from Vibe Mecca. Thank you. Saying, did you all finish Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And I did.
What is that?
What is it?
Yeah.
It's just like a Disney Plus, like Marvel show.
Oh.
Like and I liked it.
Sorry, I don't have Disney Plus.
But you probably don't really watch those movies either, I'm guessing.
Like Marvel stuff?
Yeah.
Nah. Like, I mean, they're fine. I just don't.
Yeah, I understand. I'm like you don't feel compelled or really that interested in it. For sure.
I mean, I probably watch like 3 movies a year. And like 2 of them are old movies, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know that Desert Strike came out on the Game Boy, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think that the Desert Strike and Jungle Strike are excellent games.
Yeah.
The third Urban Strike, maybe not so much.
I'm not sure if
I
I don't know how much Urban Strike I've really played.
$5 from DS, but I can't.
Well, I haven't
go
even gotten
into
it yet.
Streamlabs to see it. Let's see if I can do that real quick.
Oh, did it come from some other source or something?
It might have come from like PayPal.
Oh.
No, it's just $5 with no message.
Well, thanks, DS.
Thank you. It looks like this chat is not moving for me.
I think everybody's sleeping.
Probably.
Yeah.
Pinball Fantasies, Bonk's Revenge on the Game Boy. That's kind of crazy.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm gonna refresh the chat just to make sure because it doesn't seem like it's moving.
No, somebody. Now it's
yeah. It
moving.
says Vibe broke it.
Oh man, Joe says you're stupid because you can't turn around in Need for Speed.
Yeah, you can go. You can drive against it.
He didn't say that you're stupid part.
It doesn't change the angle, but you can drive the other way.
He didn't say that though. Well, he said the part, but not. He didn't call you stupid. Some guy named Dingus says Chris only has CBS All Access. No, I don't have that either, actually. Terminal Philosophy gave you $5. Hey, Chris, do you have a game setup tour video? No, I don't. Are you an RGB guy? Yeah,
only
but I
where
mean,
it's available.
Yeah. You what?
You only use RGB where when it's available. That's what your show says now in RGB.
Yeah, I was actually thinking today I was going to change that, but yeah, in RGB where available, yeah. Because I don't think anybody really either gets the joke or cares, and like I should just put something else there. You know.
You should have it say something different every time.
Yeah, that would be cool. Actually, I agree. I was actually thinking the other day actually that I kind of want to change my whole intro to my show. You know,
is the music they use is just like some royalty free like Incomtech?
That's exactly what it is.
Can you change it if you want to? Can you change it to another Incomtech and change it to the song "Farting Around"?
Probably not. I don't.
Have you heard the song "Farting Around" by Incomtech?
No, but I can
you
imagine.
Like look it up real quick and listen to it?
Really? All right.
Because I think that if you change your theme to that, it'd bring in lots of viewers.
It's catchy. I'll say that.
There's $5 more from DS. Thank you. Saying, well, I did. Here's another. I have so many old NES, SNES, and Sega games. Beat Metroid and Super Metroid recently with a buddy on the couch.
Nice.
School.
Super Metroid is so good.
It is, and it's just like really gets better every time you play it. But thank you.
But yeah, anyway, going back to the other question, I don't have like a game setup video just because it's like, you know, pretty much a bunch of game consoles on a shelf, like the same as everybody else, I guess. You know? I always meant to do like a tour of my basement, you know, just because I feel like I'm down here so much for the show, but then I'd have to like clean up in here. And
I'd watch that. I think it'd be cool.
Well, the only reason I want to do that is I have
something
like
kind of like that, like in your upstairs area. Like
what?
At least looking at your shelves and stuff, like going through your games and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've done that a little bit, but I just thought the basement thing would be cool because like I have some pictures of the basement before we finished it and everything, so you know you can see the whole transformation or whatever.
Oh man,
yeah,
you should get yourself a copy of the Beavis and Butthead Encyclopedia.
Well, you know, I know there's a guy, you know, he watches my show and hangs out in my Discord who's like a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. And if he doesn't already have that, he would probably want it. I actually found Beavis and Butthead, the movie, like, you know, Beavis and Butthead Do America on Laserdisc a while back, and I ended up mailing it to him to add to the archive. So next time I talk to him, I'll ask him if he has the encyclopedia.
Will you see if this is like on eBay or something like that? The encyclopedia.
Yeah, man, $4. What? It really there is. It is. You can get it for $4.08 with free shipping.
That's well, I guess that's what I'm doing after the stream.
Yeah.
I can do a read through of that. Star Trek Voyager. Oh, here we go. Here's lots of.
Hey, there's BRE. That's my jam.
Still around, right?
I mean, I don't know if they still are today, but I know at least up until fairly recently, I would see them selling stuff on eBay.
Game stuff.
Wow, I wonder what potential business names were on the list that didn't make it because they went with game stuff. Like there's a store like not far from here that's called Guns and Fishing and Stuff.
You know, in that same kind of idea, there is a store like right around the corner from the old house I used to live in, and it's just called Knives. It just like had a big sign on the side of the building. It just said Knives.
Yeah.
And I think it is right across the street from Guns. And there is the other store, there is a gun shop across the street from it. I don't know if it's called Guns though. It might be called Guns and Stuff. Gizmos, gadgets, and games. But yeah, if you look up Knives in Newport, Kentucky, see if you can just look up the store Knives and see if anything comes up. I bet you there's.
Check it out. You got a TurboZone Direct deal there.
TZD.
Buy one get one half off. Oh wow, they even have some Japanese games.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't read any of them,
for a full color, 32-page Turbo Software catalog.
I was trying to see if I could find one of those catalogs on eBay, but nope.
You can try calling them. 1-800-DUO-THIS.
All right, one more time.
So it's 1-800-386-8447.
8447?
Yeah.
Welcome to America's hottest talk line. Guys, hot ladies are waiting to talk to you.
I think it's the
Press
exact
one
same
now.
recording.
Ladies, to talk to interesting and exciting
Like,
guys.
don't I almost think
it's
like somebody
the
went
same
through these
message,
old
isn't it?
magazines and was like, hey, let's take all these phone numbers.
It was the same message though, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought the other one was interesting guys and this was hot guys. I don't remember.
Well, call the first one again and let's see if they're the same. They are the same.
Axel says it's the exact same one. I believe him.
It's either the same place or somebody sells this recording to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Funko. So that was before. Was this before there was Funko?
Do you think that's
Land,
related to
like
Funko Land?
Did Funko get started in
I have no idea.
Minnesota? World International Trading. Oh, you can get the 3DO card for the PC.
Isn't that super expensive now?
I don't know. Who would have thought 1-800-DUO-THIS would be obscene?
It's not right.
New World, Electronic Games Outlets.
That's like if you called 1-800-USA Sega or whatever, and it was filthy.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
Yeah, I think it's definitely this. It's the same font and everything. So it's got to be.
Yeah.
I think before they expanded, I guess. See, look at this. Powerful Mail is only $49.99. Or just $49. Chips and Bits. They were kind of, I feel like, the iconic one that everyone remembers.
Yeah.
In the back of magazines, chips and bits.
It sounds very European, though.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like the name of, like, a European 8-bit home computer magazine. Didn't we already see that one?
It's the exact same ad.
No, the headline is different. Now it says Looney Tunes B-Ball is a slam dunk winner by Howard Coleslaw. Hey, look, Shadow Mask says records obtained by the AP show that over the past 13 years, a little-known Philadelphia company called Prime Telecommunications has quietly gained control over nearly 1/4 of all 1-800 numbers in the U.S. Boom. Got to the bottom of that.
Prime Tel. We ready to do this one now?
Oh, God, please no.
Well, we did it.
Yeah.
I am excited to look through this myself, though. I do
Yeah.
not own any issues of Next Generation.
Looks like a solid bathroom magazine.
Yeah.
Just like it's the kind of thing you want to just flick through while you're snapping one off. Sorry.
I can't.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. I never heard like the term.
Really?
Oh my God.
Wow.
I keep on like I'm laughing so hard that like I can't breathe. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I can't even say it. I can't say it. All right. I'm not gonna talk about the poop knife. Anybody can look up, because of this story about the poop knife. Like, a company actually went ahead and like made a real poop knife that you can buy.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
So there, a couple of years ago, there was this article that came out saying like I was 26 years old before I found out that that other families didn't have a poop knife.
What?
I mean, you can look it up. It's just it's a Reddit thing. It's about like, you know, somebody that talks about how her family had a poop knife. Like if someone, you know, like pooped and it would not go down, they had a knife that they like cut it up with so it would flush easier.
Oh, all right. I was imagining like you couldn't. I was imagining like you were having to cut it at the source. Not.
I mean,
now I get it.
You cut it up. But someone, because of that story, like someone like made like an actual poop knife that they're selling.
But like, why would that? First of all, I don't get why you need that in the first place. But second of all, why would that require anything besides just a regular, you know?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't require anything, but someone like took that and is selling it.
I mean, if your pipes are really in that bad a shape, you should like use an immersion blender or something anyway. I mean, how much is a knife really going to help at that point?
I mean, there's a whole story about it. Yeah, there it is. Is this it right here? Or is I mean, if you
like
click
install
that link
install a
that,
garbage disposal
Henry
underneath
Clark
your toilet.
put in the chat. You should read it. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny, but the thing is like when we were filming some stuff for Analog Frontiers, I told Try about it, and he thought it was just the funniest thing. And we were eating at a Denny's, and like I think he was laughing for like 45 minutes straight about it. And it still comes up, and we still laugh. He laughs. And I feel like
I don't think
I
this
feel
is
like
real.
Joe is saying it because we like told him about it after a couple days afterward, and he's like, okay, like he didn't think it was funny at all.
I just don't. I feel like half the stuff you read on Reddit is like a creative writing exercise, and like that's what I think this is.
Yeah.
It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room. Family legend has it was passed down from generations, originally brought over on a wagon train. Like, I don't think so. All right, I made up the second half of that, but I mean, I don't know.
Anyway, I'm not gonna be able to say.
Snap one off.
I'm gonna start using.
I just think say it to yourself enough times tonight that it's not funny anymore, and then like tomorrow,
snap
instead of excusing yourself and telling your wife like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, I go to the restroom, excuse me, just like just deadpan, just be like, oh, I'll be right back, I gotta go snap one off, and just see what she says. I mean, my wife is so used to me saying horrible things like that I don't think it wouldn't even phase her at this point. Although the one that I've been using now that she really doesn't like is Cabeza de Tortuga, which is just Spanish for turtle's head, but like it makes it sound a little more cultural.
Oh my god, this is what happens. I don't think we've ever. I mean, I guess only the magazine streams go this late.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody who hung around for the long haul, almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody who donated, and I'm sure that our next issue is gonna be coming like in a week.
Well, I got mine right here.
Oh, that's right. You have one, but you have one. You checked it what it was, right? Or have you not opened it?
I opened it, but it's a good one. I mean, good enough. Yeah, it's a good one.
Excellent. So we'll have to. Oh, hang on. Axel Kusanagi wants to talk about Thousand Arms. So what I'll do.
What's going on? Oh.
Hang on.
I don't understand what's going on.
I can't really talk too much about it, but if we want to just, I can show my Thousand Arms if you want, just for a second. My copy of Thousand Arms.
Yeah.
It's got. You can tell it was pre-owned because they had obviously a sticker was on here.
Yeah.
Full color manual. Look, it's even got the stuff in the middle here. Oh, it's got.
But sorry, I don't understand. Why are we talking about?
Because the thumbnail for this video was an ad for. It was a magazine ad and it was opened, or is an open
I'm sorry, I didn't,
image of an open magazine.
I didn't see the thumbnail, so I guess that makes sense.
And that ad was for Thousand Arms. But, oh, I think I might have this. Really quick. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap it up.
Hey, whatever. It's only 10:30 here, so.
Yeah, look at I do have that.
Oh, where'd you get that?
I think
Oh,
it's
sorry, I see. It's
probably,
still sealed?
probably when I worked at Electronics Boutique.
Oh.
It's not sealed because I listened to it, but it's still got the shrink
Yeah.
wrap on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never played the game, so I don't have an opinion.
I haven't played very much of it. Wow, look at this though. Actually, like a bunch of the manual is like production notes.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little out of focus, but I'll take your word for it.
I don't know. I think the game is considered to be pretty good. At the time, it was probably thinking that I think they were probably said, oh, it's not as good as it was supposed to be or something like that. But I think that it's probably pretty good now, or is considered good.
It's not as good as it was supposed to be.
Well, I mean, it was hyped up for a bit, and then it was like,
I
oh, it's
see.
not that actually that great. But now I bet you the consensus on it is that it's much better than it was received at the time. Anyways, okay, so we talked about Thousand Arms.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's gonna do it. Thanks to everybody who hung in for the long haul, especially at the end, as I started to get a little delirious, I suppose.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, you still you got $5 from Vanessa.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, it's kind of a long time ago.
Saying just got home from work and excited you guys are streaming.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I just sent her a package today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Remember I told you about the GBSC thing?
Oh, right.
That's where that's going.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.